Welcome to Seven-Sided Die's Carpathian Adventure. I'm Tom. In a moment, we'll introduce the players. Before that, thank you for joining us. Please know that unlike some other Twitch and YouTube channels, we are not, although some people here at the table claim to be, professional actors, let alone voice actors. Some of us are military, others are in IT, others retail managers, a few are parents, students, etc. So we do this strictly for fun. We hope you enjoy it nonetheless. Lest I forget to mention it, we must thank Siren Escape. That's SYRINSCAPE.com. Sirenscape for the use of their audio sound effects. If you listen very carefully, you'll hear the audio sound effects in the background. We also must thank artist Yenu for the terrific character sketches. I think you can see one right down there, for the terrific character sketches. Please patronize him at symbol Yenu, that's Jeinu draws, DRAWS on Instagram, or the at symbol JEINU on Tumblr and Twitter. We'd like to thank you, our Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter followers, and our YouTube subscribers for joining us. If you have not already, please follow on Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter. Like and subscribe on YouTube, and as Brian the Hammer says, ding that bell. Brad, or the Carpathian Adventures Jumna's Dawnflower, is marketing our t-shirts and sweatshirts with our Seven-Sided Die logo. And if you're part of my family, you're probably going to end up with a Seven-Sided Die sweatshirt for Christmas and other designs. We also have a contest running that he is organizing. Brad, I think I just saw that we are up to 47 subscribers.
I saw 47, yeah.
47!
So once we hit 50, we are going to be raffling off like a t-shirt. It'll be a nice like soft tri-blend. It'll have the Seven-Sided Die logo, the one that you can see right there will be on it. It'll be nice and soft and lovely. But in order for us to know that you subscribed, you have to have your YouTube subscriptions public. So, and you need to subscribe. So if you do that, and we're getting close. So once it hits, I'm gonna put everybody on a list that has their subscriptions public. I'll probably randomize it with a die roll, because I think that would be appropriate. And then we'll contact you. And if you don't respond in a certain amount of time, we'll just move on to the next one.
I'll leave that up to you.
I don't know. We'll figure some way out. But if you want a t-shirt, subscribe on YouTube. I mean, even if you don't want a t-shirt, subscribe on YouTube anyway.
How much does it cost to subscribe, Brad?
It's free, believe it or not. Free 99.
Free. And what do we get out of people subscribing, Brad?
Nothing.
Nothing. We get nothing. We just, that gobbledygook that's at the top of your computer screen that's called a URL. I don't even know what a URL stands for, but that URL, that gobbledygook will change when we get to 100 subscribers. It will change to Seven-Sided Die, just so that we're easier to find. So we're not doing this to get money. We're not doing this. We're just doing it because it'll be cool.
But if you buy a t-shirt, I get
money.
But
if you don't,
so you can buy t-shirts at goldenmonkey.threadless.com. And we have, so I have a bunch of the Seven-Sided Die logo, and then I got a bunch of generic RPG t-shirts, and they're kind of cool. So buy our t-shirts.
You didn't say, I love you, man.
Oh, and I love you.
Buy that merch. Buy that merch.
Okay. Thank you, Brad. Travel back 700 years. The year is roughly 1318. Hungary is at its height, and the nascent Ottomans are on the rise. And while the papacy is being challenged by an anti-pope, the Templars recede into memory, and the Teutonic Order seems to be growing in power. Castles have risen throughout the land to consolidate feudal power and deal with the Viking threat. Yet Varangian mercenaries still abound. Farther afield, the neither holy nor Roman nor an empire, HRE battles internally, and France continues to duke it out with England. Interspersed among humanity's trials and tribulations, powerful dragons and vampires have some unidentified rivalry. Something wicked has unleashed a new horror from the bowels of the earth, and Gundrick may have started a calamity as well. Welcome to the Carpathian adventure. What? We gotta welcome back Wyland.
Yes, hello.
How are you?
I'm well.
Welcome.
Long time.
Livia has been doing who knows what. I found my sheet.
Oh,
by
you
the way.
did?
It was
He's
just
been-
it was in
he's
my
been-
dice box.
He's been doing his red powder.
Yes.
He's been snorting the red
High
powder.
on medieval drugs.
Figured out how to make it, and he's been traveling the country
He's
selling it.
slapping people.
He has been high for the last year.
I just want to watch just Breaking Bad, but with Louvier instead. Breaking French.
You want some red powder? This is my country. Nobody sells red powder except for me.
I am the one who knocks. I am the danger. Oh, that would be amazing.
That's up to you guys. You can put it on the floor if you want. It's if you needed it to look at it. There was some question as to where you are. It doesn't tell you where you are, but if you needed to look at it,
I was gonna say, wait a minute.
oh, it doesn't tell you right off the bat.
Is that a
But we'll
you're
get to
here?
No, not,
Arrow?
not yet. You were here.
I have a quick question for you,
For
Tom.
sure. Before we
So
jump in.
I've purchased all of my books from D&D Beyond, and I have their character builder app that integrates all the books. Do you care if I integrate Eberron and Magic the Gathering content? Those are two new books that they've just released into the official 5e, or would you rather me exclude that?
We're not using it in this game, so but if there's some specific rule, like Eli brought up, he wanted to be an inquisitive, which is not in the regular set of rules. Just talk to me about it, and unless it's something really bizarre that I can't wrap my head around, I'm probably gonna go okay. But just talk to me about it, just so that I'm not surprised. Like I'm like, where did that come from?
Oh, dude,
You know
that's
what I mean?
way
Does that make
over
sense?
there, though.
Sure
That's
thing.
northwest.
But welcome back. We're glad to
north,
have you.
right?
We have
Somewhere
so far Wyland, Eli, Reiner via
It's somewhere in
Skype,
Scandinavia.
Ryan and Brian, Brad here. Brian and Mark are on their way. So the question, the RP warm up question for this week, and we'll get back to Brad and Mark in a little bit. But in character, and we're going to start over with Brad and work our way around. What did I say? Did I call you Brian? Did I call you Brian?
Brian.
I'm sorry.
That's
I'm sorry.
That's fine.
It's Brad. and
We
Brian's
ship it.
Okay.
Brian.
Brian.
It's easy.
In character, other than
what
the
was it?
PCs,
Borinth, Balder, and
Forrest, Balder, Brian, and Brad.
Another one for
there was another one. What was it? I don't remember. I don't remember. Whatever. There was another one.
Okay, the question is.
The question is, in character, other than the PCs, who would you, your character, risk your life to help? Jumna Stoneflower.
Jonas, I like to think I'd put down my life for I'd risk my life to save the lives of innocents of the youth, to stop any injustice, to save any other. You want specifics? Like my dad and my mom?
As specific as you want to
My
be.
dad's dead.
No, there's no. I don't have a. It's not like a pass or fail.
Yeah.
I guess.
Oh, I just in general.
You are wrong.
Jonas
You
is
are wrong.
typically like a good, kind soul and tries to save as many lives as possible. So
Okay.
he's thrown himself in very dangerous situations to save the lives of people he doesn't even know. He's slowly getting disillusioned with the world and how dark and terrible it is. And at this point, I think he's gearing to be less merciful, I guess, to other people. But deep down, he's still a good guy. So that's where Jonas stands.
Okay, great. Ryan, Balder. Who would Balder?
Besides these great men and women who fight beside me,
Again, other than the PCs. Other than Gundrick.
I can't stand when I see any kind of injustice or someone picking on the weak when they can't defend themselves, especially children. So if anything, any of their no, that's in my sheet. Is it on your sheet?
Wow.
Got him.
Not on this one, no.
So,
Check your back.
anytime children's lives are in danger, I'll be willing to put mine in danger to save them.
Okay. Jumping over to Mattias Bathory Reiner via Skype. Who would Mattias Bathory risk his life to help?
I can think of two answers in particular. First would be my liege, of course. It is my oath, it is my bond. But more than that, my family. Always. My family.
And you have a pretty messed up family to boot.
Considering what one of them, what it produces further down the line in history, oh yes.
We're talking about your game family, not your real family.
I know.
Eli, I'm kidding. I'm
Less
kidding.
messed up than that.
But I'm Eli, Shalom. Who would Shalom risk his life for other than party members?
When it comes to risking my life, I've been doing this for 25 years. Risking my life for anyone who needs to be protected. My life isn't worth anything if it's not helping others.
Okay, thank you. Wyland, kind of throwing you under the bus. Louvier Moreau, if anyone. It's been a little while, and I don't know if you got this question ahead of time or had time to think about it, so I'm not trying to put you on the spot.
It is quite all right, my friend. Louvier, Louvier, Thomas, would do anything to help any kind soul who needed his help, and not excluding the fine women of this world. Especially any who might be a little bit gullible.
Oh, gullible. Okay. Oh, well. We lost one viewer. No. Okay, well, thank you. We're going to jump on in. I know where you are, but you don't know where you are yet, Louvier, Wyland. So we'll come back to you. I know where you are. You're marching toward Inigal. Let's go up to the party that's on the hill. I'm starting with them. What are you guys doing? You have up on the hill is it's not a hill. Up on the plain area there, and there's a rise to this side. You know that Kip went over the rise. He told you that he was checking out a village, I believe he said. You have Jumnus, Balder, Mattias, Borinth, and the three. You have Brindle, Zweig, Zubax, and Lilini, and an unconscious Oda. And Gundrick is standing slightly off to the side.
He's having like a what is it?
A shimmering moment.
Oh, I thought
He was having like a whose staff is bigger with the other wizard.
I thought
That's right. Yes, he was.
I thought Borinth was strangling him, and then he exploded, and then
Well,
I don't know what happened.
he let go
Oh,
when that happened. He's not still holding on to him.
Okay,
That is true.
so I'm gonna break that fight up as much as I can.
I think it broke up.
Sure. Okay. So as long as Gundrick isn't bothering anybody.
For right now, he's not. Without any guidance, he is not. And I wouldn't play that out even if he had given me guidance. It's not fair.
I am going to. I'm gonna leech myself twice with 2 medium leeches, and I'm gonna pull my flare mace out of my pack.
Okay.
And unwrap it and make it easier to access.
Okay, help me out. What? Refresh my memory on the. Why are you? You don't normally pull it out. Why are you? What are you preparing, or just to beat somebody with it? If
You
you
just I am preparing to in case I need to beat somebody with it. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm out of most of the resources, so.
Ryan, what are you doing?
I will. What was the guy with the wings name?
His name is Brindle Zweig.
Brindle Zweig. I will ask him again, since he offered us passage with him, maybe a little reluctantly. I'll just ask him again. You haven't been very forthcoming with any answers. Where we don't even know where we are, or where you guys plan on taking Oda and us.
Well, I'm sorry if I haven't been forthcoming. Edeltine asked us to come here and pick up Oda.
Understand?
She described what took place in the Hippodrome, and I'm not trying to patronize you, but from how heroic, if you will, the stories were told, we thought you might be someone that we were sent here to look for. So when she mentioned that you might have Oda at this location, we thought that it would be fortuitous to help her, and perhaps for ourselves as well. So there's nothing to hide per se. I mean, they look from one another.
There's always something to hide,
Says Zubax, looking over at Borinth, staring him in the face.
I don't necessarily believe that one of these are not the one we're looking for.
Well, despite what Zubax says, I don't think you are. But we don't have any objection to you coming with us. It was just rather surprised. And we thought you had some great mission that you were on or something else. But you're welcome to travel with us. If I've been in any way less than hospitable, I apologize. I have no reason to. I don't know you, but Edeltine seemed to vouch for you, and from what happened in the Hippodrome, I suspect it wasn't a bad judgment on her part.
Well, if Adeltine sent you, I'm sure your intentions are good, but you still don't answer our question. We don't know where we are.
Well, I can tell you where we think we are. Do you have a map?
I do.
By chance. Let me take a look at. We don't have a map. I'm sorry. She just gave us a ballpark location, and our pilot seemed to be able to figure it out and understand it.
Navigating a ship without any charts or maps.
Well, we have people with unique skill sets. So I know it's kind of complicated to understand. Here, I'll put a little X where we believe we are. There we are. It's in the on yours. I'm sorry you're about to go off the edge of the world there.
Right there.
You.
Presumably that's a shore.
Yes. Well, this is the ocean.
Okay.
Right here. He points behind him.
Okay, well, if that is where we are, then we would definitely like a ride on your ship.
Okay. Well,
Because we need to get back to, where are we going?
France.
We gotta get back to France?
Well, we should probably stop at Constantinople. I think we need to discuss where we need to go.
well, we have to take
Constantinople seems a
Oda to
good
Constantinople. I mean, I can't tell you that we can take you to France, but maybe
Even a little bit.
Maybe we can.
Even a little bit is
Maybe
good
we
enough.
can.
You're heading in the right direction. That's what matters.
If we get word that our mission takes us to France, then maybe.
So who is this person you're looking for? Maybe we know him.
Artex jumps in.
He's been known to go by several names. We suspect he's currently either using the name Lois, Anatoly, or Anatas, or something like that. That's just our belief.
Mattias, you are there with them, by the way.
Okay.
Have we heard any of those names? Like that since playing that I just don't remember. That we the player don't remember that Jonas might remember.
Roll,
Sounds
I know the
Investigate.
Anatolia, isn't that a region?
No, not Anatolia.
Yeah.
Anatoly.
Well, I'm saying that might be what we've heard. Investigation, you said?
sure, with disadvantage though.
With disadvantage. Okay, well, can't get much worse. But it did.
Well.
That's a rockin' 9.
They don't ring a bell to you.
Okay. All right. fair
Anyone
enough.
else?
Do you know if this person is of any particular station?
Well, in his own mind, he's of a very high station, as a matter of fact.
Fair enough.
But he might be. He has a habit of infusing himself in places where all of a sudden he has, for some reason, access to power.
That's somewhat disturbing, I'll have to admit.
Do you know that you've aged? Out of character, do
I-
you know that you've aged? And would
I
we
don't-
recognize that he
Everybody.
has changed?
Would notice.
Everyone would know, right? But I don't. I guess.
And
Yeah,
pres-
I'm not. Well,
20
I guess I would.
years is
No, I guess
not-
I would
20 years is
because
not
I'm
a
always looking
small
at
amount.
myself in the mirror.
Oh yeah, that's
so
right.
I would now. I would now,
Okay.
and I'm just as shocked by
I'm
it.
gonna make a big deal out of that.
You are how old now?
What did I say?
I thought you said like almost 60.
Yeah, I think I'm almost 60 now.
So 50.
It was 19 years I aged,
Yes.
correct? So I think I said I went up to 58 or 59.
Okay. So
Wait, what? I missed something, didn't I?
Oh
yes,
yeah,
you were
yeah,
not
yeah.
here last
Yeah.
I
week.
thought I wrote it down.
He was hit by a creature that aged him, or hit by something
There
that
it is,
aged him.
58.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh my gosh.
19 years older, all out of nowhere.
Like he didn't
Wow.
get hit multiple times.
Oh, there are you. Okay.
Very.
You've changed.
I don't know what's happening.
Something happened with the. We could reasonably.
Where have
the
these
spirits
wrinkles
did
come
this,
from?
right?
Well, you saw. Well, I mean, you were all engaged in your own.
I wouldn't be familiar that they have an ability like that, though. I wouldn't know that.
No, but you
That's
know
the
it didn't
one
just
thing that-
happen on its
Yeah,
own.
yeah, yeah.
Like 1 second
Well,
you
yeah,
were fine,
yeah.
and then the next second something's touching you, and you're 20 years
Yeah.
older. I mean, that's
Mm-hmm.
That's how life
it's
works.
pretty. Is that how?
Yeah,
what
no,
did
I
you-
mean,
what
I
did you
know.
say?
I said that's how life
Oh, I
works.
thought you used a different word that
So I
rhymes with
know,
life.
yeah, I would know that they did that to me, but I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know exactly what
But
they did to me. I don't think I'd be familiar with that kind of magic that I know exactly what happened to me.
No,
I
no,
can
you
deduce
wouldn't.
that they did something. but-
Yes, correct.
Liliana, I say to the orange-robed woman. That was her name, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, Lilini,
Oh, Lilini?
the one in orange. Yes.
Yes.
Lilini.
Oh, that's okay. You appear to be a cleric of sorts, a divine magic user. Our friend has been something happened to him in the fight that we were just involved in. Would you be able to take a look and maybe do something to help him out? Maybe
My
some
hair's
type
gone
of
white.
restoration spell or something.
Sure. I'll take a look.
Thank
Is
you.
everything still functioning normally?
Appears so.
He looks.
My back's a little more sore
Oh,
than
there
usual.
Arthritis is acting up.
And this left knee kind of hurts now.
I feel rain coming on.
Artax starts to jump in.
I think she meant does.
Brindle says no. He didn't mean. She didn't mean that. No, she didn't. I'm sure she can take a look at you on the ship if need
All
be.
right. Well, let's not waste
She seems
much
rather
time out
quizzical.
here.
She's wearing a large set of spectacles at that time. Let's jump over to our other plucky heroes, if you will.
Plucky? Who do you call him Plucky?
Luge is definitely plucky. Shalom, I don't know, but Luge, very much so.
So you're traveling with Shalom is traveling with Queen Simonida of Serbia, Lady Ambrel of Austria, the young woman named think I got it wrong last time, and I went back through my notes. Sucron, and Kose Mahal, and 3 horses. And you see Inigo up ahead in the distance as you ride and walk toward it.
When they're using the ship.
What are you saying, doing? We're just riding on.
I tell Kosemahal that we have friends there.
Old enough to start talking like that.
We're gonna leave the,
Like my whole voice
the little
changed.
girl with
Maybe gruff it up a little bit.
a good lady who's taking care of other orphans from a recent attack to the city.
Ah, very well.
Yes.
That's very kind of you. Is that why you came here?
Yes, that's why we made this stop.
That's very,
She'll be safer.
20 years older.
indeed, very generous of you. If you don't mind me asking, from here, and you don't have to answer, of course, where are you going? Are you trying to join up with your compatriots?
My compatriots had the intention of going to Constantinople. So I believe I'm gonna wait for one day and then I'm gonna move on to Constantinople. I'll see if they show up here.
Well, it is getting late.
I don't imagine they just were left the city the night before, right?
I wouldn't know. I mean, people were leaving the city rather precipitously when I left.
Yeah, but
It wouldn't surprise me for one moment.
I don't think they would leave the ladies behind.
Leave who?
The ladies.
Oh.
The 2 ladies behind. So unless something really terrible happened.
Yes, oh, that's true.
Yes.
I mean, well, then it's fortunate you were able to get a message to them. This village up ahead, have you been here before?
Yes, on the way to Sugut. We stopped here.
So good.
Very well. In Igor, if you need to want assistance, it's up to you. I know a Jazi, if you will. A Jazi, someone with, I guess you might call them a seer or something like that. You don't have to, but if you wanted to visit this person, a bit touched, if you will. But I guess that's part of the gift.
Got my giant hammer. I can no longer pick it up.
I can imagine. We have a lot of examples in the Bible. All of them were treated like madmen at first.
Are you a very devout individual?
Yes, I'm a Christian.
I sense that, but I didn't mean to pry. I mean, I saw you praying in the cathedral.
Yes. We follow the word of God. And I try to walk his steps and help the others.
You see he wears a large cross exposed at this point, where he did not before.
And you are?
I was before Osman, Aladdin, and Oran came to this area and rose to such prominence. I was a Byzantine priest here as well, but the option, if it was an option to
I imagine.
change direction, was rather persuasive, shall we say. But I don't feel the need to, shall we say, display any
No, that's
misconceptions.
that's one of the reasons I came here. I came here to try to help Rusa. After all, we are all Christians. 200 years ago, we came here for the first crusade to help the Byzantine people, and I guess it's still our mission to help Christianity, help the innocent.
Yes, I can see that. Again, very noble. As you start to ride up, you see the distinct tower that you had seen once before. And you can see the city is still, it's only been a few days since you left, barely a week. Not very prosperous town to begin with. The smell, distinct smell of decay, not bodies laying about, but the freshly dug graves on the western side of town are still readily evident. The dirt is slowly settling, but it's not going to settle in a couple of days. You see the tower in front of you, and there is a ladder down in front of it. As you approach the tower, you see that there are two women clad in armor on the landing. There was a landing to the entranceway to the tower. One of them sees you approaching, reaches down, pulls up the ladder rather rapidly, and puts it off to the side. The other one goes just inside the door and stays right inside the door of the tower. And the one stands at the platform, not menacingly, but just as if a guard holding a spear.
I compliment them with in Farsi, right? We're still in Persian.
Hellenic, perhaps? You could try Farsi.
Hellenic. I speak Hellenic too.
Okay.
I can try it, right? I'm looking for... What was the name of the lady who lived here?
Guzel Biri.
Yes, Gazelle. I'm Shalom. I met her a couple of days ago. A week ago.
What is your business with Guzel?
I brought a friend here. This little girl is in need of a place to stay.
The two of them seem to look at one another and look at the girl. Wait one moment. One nods to the other. She goes inside. The first one starts to lower the ladder down along the side.
I guess she used the money they gave her.
Guzel comes to the platform a few moments later.
He's cursed. He's super cursed.
Who is super cursed?
Ryan.
I said don't let him touch any of his dice. He's got him real close to his seat. They'll roll zeros.
Are they special?
I think Ryan's special.
Guzel comes to the
This is cursed. That is
edge
cursed.
of the platform.
This place is cursed. Everything is cursed.
She looks down.
Everything is cursed.
She sees you. She sees the child. That's what she looks like.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
She sees the child. She seems to sigh. And then tries to smile. How can I help you?
I have... You remember me, right?
Yes, you did help us before. You were one that did when someone else tried to undo what you did.
And I'm really sorry for what happened that night.
I believe he tried to undo it.
God's gonna give him what he deserves. If not God, someone else will. I bring a friend here. Her name is Sukron. She just lost her mother. And I thought that you might be able to help her. Is everything alright here? Maybe we're talking at the entrance, right?
She came down the ladder and she's out at the base of the tower talking to you. And Kosei's there. I can leave if you want. 'Cause when he sees you looking around.
No, it's just I was gonna ask her. Would you mind us going so we can talk, or you rather talk here outside? I see.
She looks over your group, doesn't see Gundrick, to be blunt, and says, "Yes, come in." So they lower the ladder is lowered down. You have to climb up the ladder. One of the guards comes down, and she ties up the horses on a nearby post.
Mm-hmm. Did something happen while we were after we left?
Well, there's always people coming through.
Mm-hmm.
And several decided to try and claim the town and other things for themselves. So I had to solicit some help. Hence the guards.
I understand.
I'm happy to feed another mouth. Thank you for your generosity. I'm not trying to, but mouths cost money to feed.
That's not a problem.
No.
I have here what her mother had. I give her. This is what her mother had with her. 13 gold coins, 6 silver. 13 gold coins, 6 silver pieces.
Oh, that's very generous.
17.
That's very, very generous. Thank you. Kosei steps in. Perhaps this will help too. And he gives her a small satchel with coin as well. Would you mind if it's getting late? Will be of any assistance you desire. I mean, obviously, if you have to leave, you have to leave. But would you mind if I stay the night? He says to she looks to you.
Yes, he's a friend. He came with me from Sugut. The city is not as it was before. There is much unrest in Sugut. It's good that you got protection. I saw a lot of people leaving the city. So.
Well, thank you. Things were bad here for a little bit until things have calmed down somewhat. I think one of the guards, ladies at the entrance, will probably end up being the mayor of this town in very short order. She seems very organized.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, you can stay. By all means, stay. One of the older children comes down and takes Sukron upstairs. And instantly you can hear them chatting away. And she seems very comfortable. Kosei says to Guzo, is Jilgen Kaltak still in town? Guzo looks up at him, somewhat surprised. Yes, yes, she is. Well, Not tonight, though. Where might she be? Goose will give some directions through the small village to
That's
where she
that's
went.
the seer. He's asking about it.
Chilgan Kaldak, he turns to you as a Jizzy, if you will. Let's see, if you want to meet with her tomorrow morning, perhaps we might do so.
Yes.
Very well.
And if you could help me with my condition.
Oh, first thing in the morning. I think I promised you I would. Yes. No, I know I promised you, but
Yeah, no.
I had to change what I had
We
prepared
had
for the
we
day.
had a long trip. It's better tomorrow.
Well, I was also concerned that that I might run into trouble along the way, and so I had to be a little bit more selective with what I was carrying, if you will. Louvier, you're lying on a mat in a room.
Louvier is the seer.
Could be. Why didn't I think of that? Because I'm not that creative.
Seer?
I wish.
There's
So-
a seer in the city. Louvier is the seer.
So you're laying on
I
a
just
mat.
convinced everybody that it's in the future.
There's like
Your
this.
luck.
I totally believe you could do
There's this haze in this room,
owns the town.
and this person brings over to you some more powder and starts putting it into a small bowl, and it starts fuming up over you.
Yes, thank you.
Not heavier than a metal.
No.
Weighs way too much.
You can't stay here forever. Eventually, you have to leave. As much as you enjoy herbs.
Yeah, well, I mean, is the money an issue? Do you want me to shower? What the? Surely we
No,
can
why
work
would
something
you
out.
shower? That's disgusting.
Well, to each their own, I suppose.
Tomorrow, you must leave tomorrow.
Ah, fine. Just give me my book.
He puts this bowl. It's got like this green powder in it. It's creating this small cloud, and when you inhale it, it just is.
Oh, this is why God put men on earth. To have a great time.
We're all blue today? I suppose.
Now we can start the stream.
Okay.
Can you get me that sheet?
Mark,
Yes.
you are outside of this building right here,
Okay.
or Kip is rather, talking to that gentleman on the other side of the door. What do you say to him? What are you saying to him?
I was formally asking him what he knew about the stone at the pillars at this this ruins area. And if I vaguely recall, he was telling me to jump off a cliff. He's informed him that one of my party members had touched it, but I didn't know what had happened or what it had done.
That is not a good thing at all. Why did he touch it?
He's not right in the head.
And what happened when he touched it?
He got
Slowly opens the door.
Yeah, he got pushed back really far, and that's all I know.
Roll an
about
investigation check, easy, or with advantage, rather.
with advantage, you said?
Yes, I did.
16.
Okay. You see the building, as he cracks the door slightly, is filled with villagers.
Oh.
And what happened to him after he left?
After he left? After he
touched the stone. What he did?
He got pushed back, far back, like something hit him and knocked him far back. We saw these, I guess they were like specters or apparitions coming at us. We took some of them out. We fought some, but I think some might have come this way.
Came this way.
Yes.
And what did you do about them?
I followed them. That's partly why I'm here.
Where'd they go?
I do not know. I was wondering if you had known or what they were.
We are tasked with guarding the stone to make sure no one touches it.
80-20%.
And but you came from, we have guards far out away.
Yes, we saw.
All the way. We have guards as far as Janet and Jahaman, the two giant sinkholes. But we did not see you.
Has this ever happened before? Has anybody ever been successful in touching the stone?
Not in my lifetime.
No.
Well, we normally kill them. I mean, we dissuade them. We tell them, first, we strongly... I'm sorry?
There's no dissuading that.
Chance.
First, you strongly advise them not to touch the stone.
We tell them to go to there is an island off the coast. We tell them, anyone who comes here, that is where the magic that they want is. And then when they go there, they never come back. So that is good. Yeah. So, but those that refuse, then we take them to Janet and Yehaman, and then they go in there, and when they go down, we shoot them, and then they don't come back.
I see.
Yes.
What are you protecting from?
I don't know. It's just what we do. It gives us prosperity, but
okay. Well, my companion did touch the stone, and I'm worried about him. Is there anything that we can do?
What was that? What's happening?
What have you done?
I have done nothing. I fought some of those ghosts that came out.
You hear noise coming from this building behind you.
Time to go. Get to the ship.
What kind of noise?
Things fighting things inside.
I'll turn to the guy and say, are those apparitions here?
I have not seen them.
And what is that noise?
He calls inside very quickly. Several men come outside. They come running right past you. They run up to the wall itself. And they position themselves behind the wall. Another one runs up to the door. And he positions himself just to the side of the door.
Is there a danger?
I don't... you hear what I hear.
Okay, I guess I'll go to one of the guards there, or the guys that, I guess the guy up by the wall, and I'll ask him and say, what's afoot?
There's something in there. Roll an investigation
Almost
check.
said something you put in a shoe.
14.
What?
What's afoot?
Something you put in a shoe.
Sorry, no fucking
As soon as it came out of my mouth, like my foot came out of my mouth.
So, it is something you put in a shoe, says Louis.
14.
14. You see that these guys are not equipped for their whatever you suspect.
Yeah.
I know what's in there, but they're not gonna win.
Back up to the party on the hill. What are you guys doing?
Waiting for Kip.
I'm taking a nap, apparently.
This guy's
Am I
trying to
still
find a stick
unconscious?
of butter.
Is Borth unconscious?
I am.
What?
You left him
Did everybody fill
unconscious.
out
Oh
this?
no way! I did.
No.
If I had known that,
Good.
I'm gonna go and I'll go heal you a little bit.
Marius, what are you doing up on
Sorry,
the
I
hill?
had no idea.
How much was it?
We
26
thought you and
damage?
Yeah.
Jack were just in your own corner.
Sitting on the side of the hill, glaring out at the sea.
No, it's not really. I keep saying hill. It's not a hill. You're rocks. It's
Well, he's sitting on one of the larger rocks, glaring out at
Mound.
the sea.
okay.
I don't think this is right.
Okay, and Borinth, what are you doing?
I'm unconscious.
Oh, you're unconscious.
Yeah.
Holy.
I will use. I'm gonna heal him with leeches. You get 23 hit points back
Ooh.
with 2 leeches.
Leeches. Not sure how that works.
It's magic. Magic leeches.
Actually,
You remember the leeches?
I don't.
Everybody filled it out?
I like never use them, so
I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't remember them.
Okay, so everybody up on the hill is just kind of hanging out.
I mean, we're waiting.
Correct.
We're waiting for Kip.
Okay,
This is
back
probably
with.
fine.
We're boarding the ship.
I'm sure he's fine.
Actually, I haven't started yet.
I'm sure
The-
we can't all fit on that boat, so we got to make a couple
Yeah,
trips.
there's no way you would fit on the launch. No, not at all. So, you guys are bedding down for the night in the tower? Yes? No? Okay. And you're in your den of iniquity or whatever you want to call it, absorbing the essence of something or other.
working house.
Working house.
Doing drugs.
It's legal in Canada.
Mm-hmm. Everything is legal in Canada.
It was probably wherever you are as well in that time period.
Okay.
So you're good.
First question. Where am I?
You don't know.
I don't know. I just woke up. Okay. I suppose
You're coming down from the
time has
high.
passed. This is time for me to leave. I gather my things. I put on my nice clothing and my hat. And I start making my way outside.
You look outside. It is like pitch black at this time.
Like night.
The guy comes to you. You're going out now?
What I mean is, I don't know. What do you want me to leave or not?
No, you can leave by all means. It's just rather dangerous here.
Okay. So I have a question for you. This might sound a bit silly. Where are we?
This is Inigo.
Inigo, of course.
Now, you've been to Inigo because you were here in the raid on the tower, which was just west of Prusa when you started snorting all the red powder in the siege around Prusa.
You abandoned me.
And abandoned Kip in the trenches.
Another.
Which is, you're just west of where you were before. You didn't really go that far.
So
About a day's ride.
do I perhaps have my
Did you
bearings if I look up at the stars? Maybe.
Yeah.
I ask him one. I ask you one more question. What is the day? What is the day of the Lord today?
It is December 13th, 1318.
You're
13, 18.
tripping.
Oh
my God!
Suck a bit! Was I asleep? What did you say?
I was asleep for 700 years.
What is in those drugs? I need more.
Okay. I think maybe you do not provide me with most accurate information. I will go. I pull a torch out of my pouch.
Okay.
A small one, and I assume there's torches
And you
nearby.
vaguely, yeah. Well, sure.
2018, just turn the lights on.
Yeah, you just use your cell phone.
Yeah. I use my and get out my GoPro. Hello, Twitch streamers, how are you? So I'm going to attempt to make my way back towards where I think the dock is.
The dock. Oops, I'm sorry.
The ship, right? We are still.
I'm sorry about that.
That was like a couple cities away.
Yeah,
There's a couple
that
cities.
would be
okay.
Constantinople.
That was a long.
We've been walking this whole time.
Well, you were riding. You were riding. You were riding. You're not riding now.
I suppose I will. I guess make an investigation check to try to find my companions.
Do you want me to grab it?
Sure.
Good
That's
lord,
that's not
I
gonna
have
help
no.
much.
That was a 1.
Which, ironically, you would
That's
have
fair.
no idea where we are
Yeah.
whatsoever.
You're probably
what's
2
going
weeks
on
away
with that?
from the
What's
last
going on?
time you saw us. So you've been on a big bender.
We're here,
Okay.
and you got trapped here.
Okay.
You got addicted to Reiki,
Coast.
went to rehab.
We don't know where we are.
We have no idea.
You guys are on the X.
Oh, well,
Spent a
you
weekend
just
clean.
woke up. We know
Oh,
kind of where we are now.
oh,
It's on the map on the bottom right. There's a little X.
oh, okay.
While we're waiting for Kip, I show you the map.
Okay. So I rolled a 1. Naturally.
Okay, so what were you trying to figure out?
Where my friends are? The
You have
companions.
Don't
You have no clue.
Yeah.
Unless you have some kind of magical direction sense. Magical sense. Like find friend or
Nah.
sending or something like that.
So it didn't take us too far.
Unless you have something like that. I mean,
No.
you genuinely don't know where they are.
I'm just. I guess. Is there like an open bar or pub?
Get to me. Just run away.
There was an open bar that one of the folks went to. And there's a rather surly woman there because you guys killed 90% of the population.
That was me. I went to
Seduce
that bar.
questions
Yes,
up
you
front.
did.
I went to that bar.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
I will romance my way to.
Can
the
you see
truth.
the quest list?
I don't have it right here.
I got you.
I think he's,
I can get it.
it might not be totally up to date. Okay, but there is one there.
Yes, I will make my way inside and gather information.
There's a woman. She looks at you.
That's quite a gravelly voice you have there. It's quite attractive. I make a performance to try and like woo my way into being her friend.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. 12 plus 6, 18.
Oh. You are very nice.
Not as quite as nice as you.
I prefer
I-
tones.
I must cut such utter short. I'm sorry, but I'm in a bit of a hurry. Have you seen anybody? And then, like, I start to describe my friends that I've seen. Describe Bornt and Balder. And so there was a party I was traveling with, and I may or may not have been put on some heightened sense of adventure and been separated from them.
No,
No, you haven't seen them?
no. But is that a bad thing?
Yes, I'm trying to find them.
You're all alone.
What?
You're all alone.
No, I'm not. I'm not completely alone. I have a couple of friends that are waiting for me outside. I just need to know where the rest of them went.
How alone are you?
What? Like four alone.
like 4 beers.
She puts up 4 beers. We'll get back to you. Okay. Back over with. I'm in danger. Back over. A different kind of danger. Anyway. Okay, back over with. You hear this chaos going on inside that building itself. And you're at 11 hit points, correct?
I am.
Okay.
And so at that, I will knock an arrow, and I will tell Lycoa to go get Borinth, or to go get Jumnus. Borinth is unconscious.
Well, you wouldn't know that.
I wouldn't know that. I wasn't
Yeah.
there. Go get Borinth.
Last go get you know that it's about a 5-minute leisurely walk, so it's probably about like double. I mean, half that would be a 2.5 minute run.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I don't have another way. I don't have no way of doing it unless I run too.
I'm still
Okay.
laying down.
So
I'm still laying down. I'm just looking up in the sky.
okay, all of us. You see the one guy. The one guy off to the side, he reaches over, he grabs the door, he waits for the three of them to nod, and then he pulls the door open all of a sudden, and then things come hurtling out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Whoa.
6.
Wait, what?
They're shooting even as these things come flying out the door.
Oh boy.
I want to see what they are.
Some zombies. Like a lot of zombies.
That's quite a bit. Yeah. Yeah, that's... oh
You
boy.
hear screaming going on inside. Okay,
I don't
roll
think that guy with the broom is gonna roll
initiative, if you would.
That's 20. No, that's
Okay.
24.
You're up at the top either way. And the good guys are 16, the bad guys are 14. So you guys get your shots off. So you, then the four of them, and then the things come that are pouring out.
Let's go, Kid Kalen. Make it rain.
Yeah.
Make it rain, Kid.
Yeah. I'm gonna be stupid.
Don't be stupid.
No.
So
Help is coming in 50 turns. Don't worry. I've done the math. Yeah, 50 turns. I'll be there.
Unless you
Not gonna be
dash.
unless I dash.
That's with
He
dashes.
dashes.
Oh.
No, it'd be 100 turns if we don't dash.
5 minutes is 10 times 5 is 50.
Yeah, I don't. I
If
mean,
you
I don't
dash,
know.
it would be 25.
Each 5 minutes to go and come back.
Okay.
Oh, to go? No, to go
No.
and come back?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay,
Fire. Do your damnedest.
So yeah, I will cast
Yeah, it's
Hail of
2.5
Thorns.
minutes dash.
Okay.
I think I get that, which gives me the second level.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I didn't count for the wolf getting up to you. You're right.
So it's
Double it.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Hail of Thorns.
Ran back over the hill.
Get on the ship! Get on the ship! We have to go!
Alright, that is creature within
So what happens exactly?
So it's each creature within 5 feet of me hitting it. So I have to hit it first.
Okay.
Takes 1d10. Okay, cool. So let's see.
Which one do you hit?
Might as well go for this dude right
Okay.
there, because these guys look like they're close enough.
Okay.
That's not good. So that's gonna be 14.
14. Tom, 14 is a hit.
Awesome. Okay, and then it's
You Hail of Thorns? Is that what you did?
6. So that's 11 plus 0.
And he has to save.
Oh yeah, he's got to save. What's he save against? My dex?
Fails.
Okay. So that's a 10. What did I do? 6.
11 plus 10 from the Hail of
So
Thorns.
21 to this guy right there.
Okay, it goes down.
And then the other two have to try and save as well. And they take either
Okay.
half or full.
One fails, one saves.
Okay, so that would be 5 and nothing, right?
Find
No,
it.
successful. 5 and 10.
Whoosh, they both go down. Okay, these guys fire away. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. 3 arrows go hurtling at them. 1, 2, 2 hits. Whoosh, whoosh. 1, 2 go down. The third one, it's the bad guy's turn. They go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They are moving at incredible speed. And they're just like piling on top of them, and then more come tearing out. Roll an investigation check with advantage. Oh, this one's gonna go here.
20.
20. You're pretty convinced that these guys look like the villagers that you saw in the other building as well, in similar clad, similar, but
In this building?
yes,
Yeah, okay.
but not the same.
Right.
But just like similar type
Okay.
villagers, if you will.
Are they like acting berserk? Is that what this looks like? Or
No, they look like what they look like.
they look like they're
something
undead?
killed
Like,
them.
yeah. Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
They
Okay.
didn't do a good job
Hmm?
killing them. Not a good
Killing
job.
Okay, so they go ahead and they attack those two guys. This one rips this one apart. He falls and he seems to be chewing on him. This one jumps on him, misses, but continues to attack. That one jumps on him and hits him, and he takes. And this guy goes down and he's chewing on him.
Oh, that's not to run.
Good timing there.
These two are being chewed on. Okay, and these two go after this guy. Okay, one critical and one. So this guy's down. And they're chewing on him. Okay. It is top of round. What are you doing?
Go run and hide in that outhouse.
So I will use my last spell to Misty Step out of there.
Okay.
So that's 25, 30, 30 feet, right?
And then I will dash, which is, what is my move? 30.
So that's
You can move 60.
yeah.
If you're dashing 60. So you're somewhere up in there.
I'm somewhere
okay?
up in here, and okay.
Okay. Roll a perception check with disadvantage.
Perception. Did you just abandon the whole village?
I did, because I was being overrun.
We don't know that.
9.
9?
Oh, that was with advantage, you said? No, disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Oh, so, yeah, 9.
Okay. So you just hear chaos breaking out underneath behind you. You get a sense that there are also peasants running as well, generally toward your direction.
Yeah.
Okay. And leisurely up on top of the hill, you see a dog come leaping.
Like how?
Yes.
The wolf.
The wolf.
Leaping across. What would it? Can it talk?
No.
Okay. But does it have any expressions?
Well, yeah, I would just do like the, you know?
What's the matter, boy? What's the
And it's
matter?
gonna like grab onto your pant leg and start tugging you.
What's
Okay.
that? Kip fell in a well?
This is
There is a well right there. That would have
Are you gonna continue to dash?
Yeah.
Okay, so
He
you're
died, we had to
dashing.
hide.
Eventually, you see Kip cresting the top of the hill, and
I look bad.
perhaps a couple peasants' heads starting to come, and they're like chariots of fire.
right.
Just,
Are there any of these things like really close following us as well?
you don't see them. They're not coming over the ridge
Okay.
just yet. They seem to be kind of fixated on
On the other.
supper time.
Yep. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Back with our good friends in
Plan is-
Inigo.
Get over to starboard and shift. And stand our ground.
Morning rises. You smell
And that's my first thing.
food cooking.
I'll have them start boarding. And then me and you are just going, let's
I'll
go.
do my morning
And now that
burns.
he's back up, we're good.
Yeah.
We just defend until we can all
go
get on
down.
the ship.
Where's
You see Kosei preparing some food.
How did you sleep? Good morning. I slept well for a change. How about you?
You know that Osman, Aladdin, Horon are very powerful individuals.
Yes.
At some point, I'm going to have to leave you here. They have the ability to look for people, if you will. Scrying, some people call it. Clearly, they sent me several messages last night. I didn't respond, but it's only a matter of time before they figure out where I am. So I'm going to have to
Yes.
leave you
I
at some
understand.
point here today. And
I believe I'm.
even
gonna
if
be-
we are going the same way, I don't suggest we travel together. I mean, I'm not adverse to it, but I'm probably only going to bring you harm.
Like Cozy and Shalom are breaking up.
So sad.
We just
In
started.
Darkness.
It just started.
Did you want to meet with Chilgan?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Very well. After breakfast, we shall do so. Sound all right? He serves up a hearty meal. Gazelle, Biri comes down, joins you. She nods to you as if thanking you again for your generous contribution. You can hear the children upstairs playing, and they seem to be Sucron as best someone can under the circumstances. Seems no worse for wear. And you hear the dogs
Charlie.
barking outside. Charlie, to include Charlie.
Charlie.
Perhaps Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie's with us.
Charlie's a male dog, I presume. Anyway,
Could be a female though.
could be.
Charlotte.
Might have.
I don't think we ever confirmed.
We'll know in
Does
a few months.
anyone has animal handling besides me? No.
Yes. What? I do. Yeah, what?
Animal handling.
Animal
To
handling.
find out if it's a boy
Yeah,
or
it's
a
a
girl.
boy.
Shouldn't be that hard. You really need you need lessons.
I'd say it's a boy.
You need lessons in this. Okay. So he thanks Eguzel,
Mm.
and two of you head on down. Along with Queen Simonida, Lady Umbriel, Charlie. They bid adieu to Sucron. She didn't really know you that well, so it's not like it's a...
I'm gonna. Wait.
Is it her name is Duran? The little girl?
The lady was the wrong. The little girl.
No,
was
the little
wrong.
girl's drawn.
Little girl's Duran.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've made very bad Duran
Yeah.
Duran jokes about it, like
Yeah.
many times. I distinctly remember.
I have it written Duran, girl.
Okay, so
Mother with a question mark. So we never found out the mother's name.
who was Sukram then? Was it
Huh?
the father?
The girl.
No, Tazlik was the dad.
Tasli. Okay. Well, I bid her adieu.
Okay.
I give the little girl. Do I have a locker?
Do you
I
have
can
a what?
put a locker that I can put the.
Sure.
Because when the
Sure.
mother died, I cut a mesh of her hair as a memento.
Sure.
So I put in a locker. I give it to her and tell her that this is for you to remember your mother. If I come upon your father, I'll tell him that you.
She seems very grateful.
Okay.
I mean, you can tell there's a little bit of shock still. This has not been fully processed and probably won't be for years. It's not every day you see what she saw.
Yes.
Hopefully not.
No problem.
Kose walks with you. That's very generous of you. What you did there, you didn't have to do that. I'm surprised. Not surprised at you. I'm just, it's not the type of thing that you normally see. Follow me. You wander through this little village. They're clean, nice, organized. Do you remember that there were street lamps surprisingly in the town? They're not lit now. It's probably for the lack of labor to take care of it. Everything's neatly organized, but eventually you go into it, starts to meander on down a path, and eventually comes to a solid building with another thatch roof. And I think this is it. They knock at the door.
Question.
Yes, go ahead.
Did he heal my eye?
Oh, he says, let me take care of it. Thank you for reminding me. We'll do it right here in the street. Actually, no, we'll do it inside. Yeah, it's probably better anyway. Thank you for reminding me. I'm a little, I'm almost 58 years old. I seem to forget things. But anyway. Okay, so he knocks, and eventually the door opens, and this smell of like powders comes emanating outside. Where are you?
Me?
Yes, you. We're Wyland, not you, not Wyland.
Sitting on the
Luvier.
sidewalk, crying.
Yeah, I mean,
Did you go far from the place you were?
well, did it seem like that lady was trying to get something from me? Like, I got the feeling as me that I was in danger.
Okay.
But like, insight, I suppose, did it seem like she was just asking a question?
Roll.
That's 9.
You're not sure, but it wasn't a she that was asking you. It was a he, and you suspect he was an assistant. But that's okay.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna. I'll just have been drinking until the light came up.
Okay, the light came up.
And I will make my way outside, take a deep breath of stale air, and
Outside of the place you were staying?
yeah.
Okay. All of a sudden you see somebody you recognize approaching down the street, but he has some companion. Oh, actually, you would probably recognize most of them except one. Yeah. You'd recognize Shalom, Queen Simonida, Umbriel, maybe even Charlie the dog, and 3 horses.
I think.
Although you don't recognize the... Oh, you would recognize the horses. They're the same horses.
Yeah. Yeah. So I kind of slyly look over and I make my way over and I say, "Hello, friends. Long time no see."
Oh, you are.
Yes, we met very shortly before
Yes.
incredibly dubious battle, I'm sure.
What happened at Pusa?
Yes. I had made my way out of that area for, I will keep personal reasons.
I see
I
that.
hope everything went well.
Yes. As well as it could have gone.
I'm pleased to hear that. Pray where is the rest of the party? I know you are
We
only
got
shortly introduced.
separated.
Separated.
So good.
Oh, that is
And
unfortunate. Are you making
we
your way
couldn't-
back, or have you gone on your own journey?
We couldn't stay in so good. So I left them a message in case they showed up. But we're not gonna stay here long. We're probably gonna move to Constantinople.
Oh, Constantinople. I was just there not too long ago. I suppose you would not mind me joining you.
Of course not.
Very, very well. Excellent.
The more the merrier.
Yes. Quite.
A gentleman in a turban. And
This is my friend. Cousin.
I'm Koseimar.
How do you do?
And I've had better days, but thank you very much for asking. And you are?
You may call me Luvier.
Luvier.
Yes,
It is a pleasure. If you are a friend of Shalom's, then you are a friend of mine.
Very kind of you.
I need to help him with his eye, and perhaps this seer. You have been working with Shurgen?
Sure.
Perhaps you. He looks at your eyes; they're a little bit red, and perhaps you have been enjoying some of our other things.
I mean, you know what they say, you have only one life. Why not try some things, as they say.
Yes, I understand. I understand very well. He even laughs a little. Yes, this is very true. This is very, very true. Shall we go inside then? If you don't mind.
Of course. After you.
He goes inside, and the assistant comes back out.
You're back again.
Worry not. It's, my friends here have questions. I suppose.
My associate here, if you don't mind me speaking,
He's your friend.
Shalom is looking to meet with Shurgen Kaltak. He's trying to locate his friends, and if possible.
Yes, of course. Let me go get her. Just hold on one moment, and if you don't mind.
Back to Wings. Back to Wings.
This woman comes out, Brian.
Look at you.
Just as man. I'm Shalom. It's a pleasure to meet you.
She starts putting her paws all over you.
It stands still.
Jose, this is a very
Thank you, ma'am.
How can I help you?
I'm looking for some friends, and my friend here said to help us.
Yes, I think I can help you. Yes.
Some of them bigger than me.
Yes. Please, sit down. Sit.
She feels you all over.
I need something from them to find them.
Oh, I have a piece of some hair.
Where is that from?
It's from friend the cleric.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, bite. Where did you get it?
Are you asking out of character?
Yes.
I touched them all a lot when I met them.
Okay, she's like
Hexus. If he ever needs it, he can hex it for you.
She takes it and she drops it into a big bowl. It starts to steam a little bit.
Yes. I need something more.
For the same person? No? Okay. Well.
You help me find your friends, will you not?
Yes.
Yes. Give me your hand. Give her your eye. Your hand. Yes. Give me your hand.
She reaches over and she takes a pair of clippers and she snips your pinky off. Roll a Constitution save.
You know how you just got like
What?
advantage on? You just got disadvantage again.
Did I just lose a pinky?
Yes. You didn't get disadvantage though.
It's looking at him.
It's a 9.
A 9. You scream at the top of your lungs.
It's all right. It's just a finger. You have 4 more on that hand. Don't be such a child.
And she throws it into the pot and she starts stirring it. And all of a sudden it turns to liquid and she's looking at it. And you lean in quite in pain, but you lean in and you can see your compatriots on a wind-swept coastline. And there's one guy running across a hill, chasing a dog. It seems kind of disturbing, but you don't think anything about it.
No.
Running toward them.
And she's like, yes, are those your friends?
Yes.
See? It worked. I knew it would.
Yes.
I never
Excuse me.
doubt. I never doubt.
Do you wish to join them?
I put my hands in my pockets.
I don't need any fingers, no.
Yeah, of course not. Sure.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Take your shoes off, please. You have to walk through the spirits to them.
Okay, before that,
Yes. What?
can my friend Kasim help me here with my
Oh, of course I can. Sure, yeah.
it's
If you'll forgive me, I have to take care of his eye. This will only take a few minutes or so.
Maybe you can take care of the stump that was his pinky.
Well, I would do one or the other. I suspect the eye is more important
yes,
right now.
yeah.
Yes.
But that one's healed already.
He begins to cast the spell, and it takes a moment, but eventually he manages to cast it. And then you feel as though your eye has been restored. There's the scar.
He's on the names there. It's gotta work it.
That's the paper you gave me.
The scar will take longer to heal, but your sight should be fully restored. Is it?
Yes. Thank you.
Are you going to
I guess I'll
travel?
take it back.
That's incredible.
I guess.
One day I'll have that eye.
I guess that might help us. And you're going to Constantinople
They
now,
all
right?
should be mine.
It's probably best that you don't. No, I wasn't. I was going by way of the Bosphorus.
Okay.
But they're the north and west.
If God wills it, we'll meet again.
Well, perhaps. Perhaps we'll meet again. Yes, I'm not so sure, to be honest with you, but you're obviously a very holy man. If this is the last I'm going to see of you for a while, he takes his cross and he kind of splits it, pulls it apart, and you notice that it's actually two crosses, one on top of the other. And they seem to like mold into one another, as if they were meant to be clasped together. He says, I don't know if I'll run into you again, but I don't meet many holy men who put others before themselves. Even priests of my own order sometimes have their own motivations that are not very altruistic. What you did for that young child, many would not have done. I have seen many abandon them. I wish you and your drug-addicted friend safe travels.
I point at one of the other companions. I'm like, "This, you can't talk about something like that."
Yes, you are right. He hands you one half of the cross.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, it requires 10 fingers to use.
At least 9.5.
Gezer, rather, Shilgan. Can we get on with this now? Yes. Did you take your shoes off?
I give him my cross. I give my cross to him.
She watches.
It's not magical.
It's not magical. It's not as fine as yours, but this was given to me by my master.
Thank you very much. He says,
Sir, Miss, I mean,
I take my shoes off.
man.
Yes. I'm sorry. I'm not mad.
You want us to all take our shoes off?
No.
Just him?
Are you traveling with him?
Yes. We
Yes,
are going to this
if you
coastline. Right, that is the goal.
If you
Well, if you want to, I'll get you fairly close.
Very close. Okay, that is more. That's better than here.
Okay.
And then she reaches over with her clippers and she starts to
Wait,
go.
wait! What are you doing? What? You said no more fingers.
No more fingers. No.
Or toes.
Well, you have to walk with the spirit. So, I just need one toe from each of you.
Wow.
Yes. Yes.
How far away are we?
we might
Excellent
be
question.
pretty far.
That's a really good question.
Just one toe.
I asked the ladies if they are the ladies.
Ambriel and Simonita like, I will meet you in Constantinople.
I'll meet you in Constantinople.
I thought you were going to ask them.
What?
She reaches in to grab your foot.
Oh wait! Please.
Give her the toe. Give her the toe.
Do you have any whiskey?
Here.
She takes this green powder and she says,
Oh, okay, that will do. And I just shove my face in the bowl.
and the world just becomes a blur.
Oh, take my wood.
Roll a Constitution check with advantage.
Okay, Constitution check.
Yes.
That's 9.
9, you fail. You scream at the top of your lungs. Ah! You feel the clippers going through your tiny toe. And she feels like she has to tug the last little bit and rips it away.
Wow.
Okay. That worked very well.
She drops it into the bowl.
Now you. Give me your foot. What?
French
Do
professor.
you need another?
I need a toe.
You need a
The
toe.
finger was just so that you can find them. I need the toe.
I'm like chewing on
Give me your
my
toe.
shirt. And I'm like,
What? You thought this would be my turn and we'd be good? You give her your toe. It's your turn now.
Give her my
foot.
toe.
Okay. And she clamps down. Roll a Constitution check straight up.
Oh no, he's touching your dice. Oh no.
1.
Oh my God! You scream. Ah! And then you pass out. Whoosh. She grabs the toe. He's completely unconscious, and she goes.
Excellent.
Man,
She takes the
Now I
toe
can't make
and she
fun
goes
of
over into the corner, and she opens up a jar, and she puts Eli's toe into the jar.
And she goes, he's a very holy man. That will fetch a very good price.
wait a minute.
What?
You did not need these for the spell.
I needed one toe. Yours. That will do. The other toe
did
is
say that.
payment. It will get you there, though. You must. He's unconscious. You know that, right?
I start like slapping him in the face.
If I ever come across you again,
You must wrap your arms around him.
fine.
Like you like him. Okay.
She starts this machinations. The cloud starts to build in this giant pot, and then she starts like hideously
I
screaming.
make sure that I have my shoes in my pouch.
All of a sudden, you find yourself holding him in the middle of the air, and you feel like you're falling.
I look down.
You're about 10 feet. Slam! You hit the ground. All of a sudden,
My newly cut foot.
roll a con check.
Me? Just me?
Yeah,
or-
you take the same one. Soiled it. 15.
8.
Okay, you wake up. You take 3 points of damage. You take 2 points of damage. You go slam into the ground. You're right over here in the grass.
Wait.
us.
Yes. All of a sudden, these two people come falling out of the sky.
I just start like slapping him until he wakes up.
I'm awake. I'm awake.
This was your fault!
I'm already awake.
Much funnier if they wake up like this.
I'm awake.
Okay, I shall be right back. I hope that was a creative way of getting you back there. I'll be right back.
I rolled myself off and I'm
Oh, it was so much funnier that way. If you were like this.
I was. Then I get tired.
So don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter. We have a Facebook as well.
Get your t-shirts and Golden Monkey tees.
goldenmonkey.threadless.com for
Threadless
your
dot-
7-sided and
If any of you know French, leave in the comments below any profanities that I can use next time.
well, that's a good idea.
That is a good idea.
He said so enthusiastically.
I mean, that's funny. That is
So all of a sudden, you see these two guys flying flop right out of the sky, and they land right there. Kip, you're coming over the ridgeline. You see these two bodies up in the sky. They suddenly appear right in the middle of the sky, and then slam right into the ground.
Are they where they are? Or are they like in front of me?
They're over there where they are.
Okay. It would be funny if I just kept running past them.
I start putting my shoes back on.
Shoe, yeah. It hurts. It really, really hurts. There's no disadvantages or anything like that, but you are missing it too, and you're missing it.
So that's what I'll be doing. I'll just be coming down the hill, screaming "run," and I'll turn around, and if any are still approaching, then I'll attempt to fire at them. But other than that, I'm just booking it.
Okay, roll initiative, everybody. Push.
Would you roll for me, please?
There are.
You want me to?
Yeah.
what are we doing? Oh, initiative?
Yeah.
Yes.
I should have done that.
Whoa!
Grab that from me, please. Sorry.
That was a good one. That's my good roll for the night. We made 18.
Oh, am I doing this?
I mean, I feel like you're like our initiative monkey now.
You
21.
see.
Who's got 21?
Okay, if somebody could put up the initiative for me, I appreciate it.
Shalom got 21.
I got 21.
You're unconscious.
No, I woke up.
Oh, okay. So Shalom is 21. 18.
Radius, you with us?
I'm sorry, what?
Initiative.
Right, okay.
He's been doing homework.
Put up a
2.
Going all the way to the top.
Warren.
16?
Okay. Initiative.
6 for me.
Oh, you're not here, but you'll be under.
My initiative score, and that is
Oh, I'm sorry.
10.
Right over his name.
10.
I mean, yeah, a marker.
There's a marker here.
Opponents and party allies? Did you...
Opponents, a 2, and allies 15.
So you got a 2. And allies are 15?
Yes.
So allies and Kip are on the same go. And then Balder and
Just put
opponents-
yourself above them.
Yeah, got it. Okay.
Awesome.
That's fine. Gundrix is representative of Louvier.
Got it. Not literally, but yes. Got it.
Or should I just change that? I can just change
that. Okay, Shalom. Whoosh! You're there on the ground. You see what's going on. You're a little bit surprised. What do?
I see people running away from those
Yes,
guys.
and that's about the distance right now.
Okay. I use half my movement to get up.
Yep.
I 40 and I dash. 4, 5, 6. Grabbing my sword, I'm gonna try to hold down the creatures to help the people
Understood.
escape.
I don't think you can dash without your
That's
pinky.
what I was thinking.
You're off,
Yeah,
you're
he's
off
fine.
balance.
I can actually dash
You're in
as a
pain,
bonus
but you're
action.
fine.
It's like half
You're off balance.
I can dash as
He
a
just
bonus
keeps going in
action.
a circle.
So I shoot an arrow
Dashing in a circle.
on the
I
zombies.
didn't realize
Can
how
I
much
do
you
that?
Your
Sure.
pinky did.
Go for it.
20.
20, you hit. Jumnus is up. Shalom's up. Jumnus is on deck, followed by Borinth, Kip, party allies, yada yada.
4 damage.
4 damage. One goes down. Whoosh. I assume the front one?
Yeah.
For now? Okay.
Yes.
Jumnus, anything else?
That's all I can do. Bonus action
Jumnus,
to
you're
dash
up.
and-
Borinth is on deck, followed by Kip, party allies, Medius, Louvier, Balder. Thank you, Mark.
I am going to shout to Brindle. I'm going to say, get Oda to the ship, is what I'm going to say. And then I'm
Of
gonna-
course. What are these? Never mind. He
You don't need to tell me twice.
says Artax.
Sure. Artax.
Zubax.
And then what?
Artex. Who's Artex? Depending story. Yours?
Anyway.
And then I'm gonna do Sacred Flame on one of the zombies.
That's a traumatic moment in my childhood.
I'm pretty sure I only ever saw the first one.
Sacred Flame. So I need a dex save from one of the zombies.
1. Okay, and 4. I'm sure that's a fail.
That fails, so they take 2d8 fire damage,
Okay.
which will be
Roll. Oosh. Which one?
the furthest one, the closest one.
Closest one? Boom. He goes down. Okay. And anything else?
That's it.
Borinth, you're up. Kip, you're on deck.
What are those guys in front of Jomus?
Those are
villagers?
peasants running.
They're running the opposite way.
They're running toward you. They're not running to attack you. They're very clearly
Right.
running at a full tilt.
Alright. I'm gonna... Borinth will stand up. I'm gonna yell over to Jomus. Jomus, what the hell are you doing? Get back over here. What's that?
Get back over here.
Get back here. Get the hell back here.
You get over here.
Okay. That's Borinth. Kip, you're up. Followed by the party allies, Medius, Gundrick, or rather Louvier. I keep saying Gundrick. I'm sorry, Louvier.
Take an attack of opportunity on Kid. No.
I'm just getting within distance. I'm gonna attack. And then, yeah, I'll just attack whichever guy is right up in front there. Natural 20.
Okay.
You're dead.
So that's 10 piercing. How do you do the crits?
Just double it. I just double the whole thing.
Oh, okay, so
I
20.
just double the whole thing. Which one?
Yeah, but just one of these guys. That guy's
He goes down. Anything else?
No, I got nothing else.
Okay,
I'm looking.
party allies. These guys, they're running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 6. 1, 2, yeah, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they're all like beating as fast as they possibly can.
Stick my leg out and trip one over there.
Do you?
No, I'm just kidding.
Gundrick rubbing it off.
Okay,
on you.
so that's what they do. They're literally dashing. They just saw a massacre happen. Okay, that's the party. Mattias, you're up.
Okay. So where am I on the board right now?
Right here.
I'm just gonna say there's too many of them.
So where? So. Okay. Which ones are the enemies right now? I'm having trouble telling you.
In the city.
They're over here. Are you charging forward toward them, or what are you doing?
I'm gonna charge forward. Put up my shield and yell
1,
back.
2, 3,
Get
4.
everyone onto the ship who needs to get needs to be safer.
You
I'll
can
try to hold them back.
you can move your movement and hold your action, because they're probably going to be on top of you, or you can dash and not get an action.
I'll just shoot off an arrow just to. That's my.
Okay, fire away.
Okay.
What if they have allegiance to Osman Ghazi?
That is plus dex.
Yes.
Okay, that is a 14.
You hit.
Let's ask them.
Okay, and then longbow is 1d8.
1d8 plus your dex bonus. Yep. Plus, I think you're 16, so plus 3. Another one goes down. Okay, anything else?
That's 9.
Yep, goes down. Gundrick, Louvier.
Sorry.
Louvier, I'm sorry. Louvier, you're up. Baldur, you're on deck. You got a red magic marker? You know what you can do? Yeah, you can just write right over it with that dry erase. That's awesome. Louvier.
Louvier.
We'll fix it for next time. My bad. Just don't have enough time.
Should I just peel it off?
It's fine.
Close enough. It's just, the intent is that I know what it is. Louvier! Okay, Louvier, you are up.
Okay.
Did you want to do it?
So I
Have your movement to stand up.
Yes, and then I will. So I see that there is a horde of monsters coming. Correct?
Yes, you do. You can't miss them. They're on at the top of a ridge. They're not actually. That village is not there now. It's further back.
Is everyone okay over here? Is it Baldur is unconscious?
No.
Nobody's unconscious anymore.
No.
Everybody's
Okay.
up.
So half my movement, 15. Gotcha. So these are all 5s, right?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. And then I will hold my action for when they get closer and
To do what?
prepare to fire my short bow.
You could. You're in range for short bow.
Okay.
Oh, absolutely. I think it's like 80, 120 or something crazy like that. I believe.
80.
You could actually move 6. You could move 3 more closer, if you wanted. You don't need to move half your movement to save your action.
No, just because he was down. He was.
Oh! You're right. My bad. Okay, you're good. You can fire away.
Okay. So I will.
Yep. Roll a d20. Add your dex plus your proficiency.
So let's see. That's 13, 12. Sorry.
12 with your bonuses.
Yes.
You hit. Okay. Roll damage.
1d6.
Short bow. 1d6 plus your dex.
9.
Another one goes down. Okay. Anything else? Baldur, you are up, followed by zombies or whatever they are.
Yeah. We got.
Zombie-like creatures.
Zombie-like creatures.
Hold on one second. Can I do that?
Can't use the Z.
We're not using the Z word.
You can't use
She's gonna turn. She's a zombie. Stop saying that. Yeah, we're not using the Z word.
Just watched that the other day.
That movie's so good.
It's one of my favorite.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Okay. So I will run up to where Jonas is at.
Okay.
Channeling my inner Quiilo.
We have to hold them off. Let me go.
And I will cast Eldritch Blast on whoever I can see in the front.
Okay.
And I get.
Oh, because you're old. Right.
Yeah. I get 16 and 11.
Okay, yes, the both hit. Are you firing at 2 different ones? Can you?
Yeah, you can choose where they go, yeah. And we're gonna do 10 and 9 damage.
Whoosh, 2 go down. Whoosh. Just the 2 closest?
Yep.
Okay.
That's fine.
Take that.
Okay, that was Baldur, followed by the bad guys. They move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, 1, 2, 3.
20 feet.
Hey, those are just outside of you guys.
Is this like the min max
Huh?
for range?
They're just outside of you guys.
I told Brad if I was
After 80,
I would have just became some like crotchety old alchemist.
Back in my day, when I
320.
swing the hammer.
There's no way for you to
Your day was our day.
It's like 2 days ago.
It was like yesterday, literally earlier today.
I just sit there and make potions now.
Like, oh, it's sunny.
Jonas, do you remember the good old days?
You mean this morning? Yes, I do.
Okay, and
How's 2 weapon fighting?
Those were good times. Feels like it was just yesterday.
It was.
okay, there are 6 down, correct?
I'm Jeremy Bacon.
No, you roll.
You notice
But
that
the
2 of
second
them
one, you don't
wobbly
make the
get
bonus.
back up.
No.
That's not good.
Very wobbly
Remember that time
though.
when you took out all those wolves?
They're very wobbly though. Okay.
I have no
Okay,
resources.
Shalom, you are up. Jumnus is on deck, followed by Borinth, Kip, party allies, Medius, Louvier,
We got it.
Boulder opponents.
5. I'm gonna attack one of the zombies with my short sword.
Yes, we need to get out of here.
Well, we're holding them off.
That's
Nothing's
10.
Okay,
the book
you
Oh,
hit.
it can't.
Wow.
Not the
Little
little
bonus
ones.
from my
Oh, the dinghy.
Yeah.
Wow.
We gotta hold them off.
6 damage.
That's when you start swimming.
6 damage, 1 goes down. Which one?
I do have a Pokemon.
The one.
Right here?
Yeah. And I'm gonna attack the other one. with
Okay.
my bonus action.
We'll just hold you guys alone.
Natural 1.
Natural 1, you pull a fumble card. You gotta take that. I don't know why I put that blue thing in there, because it came with it.
Here goes
Get
the
the blindness
eye.
one.
That'd be hilarious.
says the guy who's not pulling the
I'm
card.
frightened. I have to roll a DC 10 wisdom saving
Oh,
throw.
but I'd be blind.
That's appropriate.
$21. I'm not frightened.
Okay, cool. The damage that you did, was it radiant or was it?
Yes.
Okay, so let me just reroll that. Okay, so one of those did not get back up.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay. Okie doke. Anything else? That's it for you.
That's it.
Shalom. Jumnus, you are up, followed by Borinth, Kip, party allies, Medius, Louvier, Boulder, opponents. Jumnus.
Can I remove the dead zombies?
No, leave him, leave him.
Are there more zombies past them?
That's what you see. They've crested the hill now. That's all you see right now.
Okay. I can't. There's no way for me to like
Still
push
can't play this
into the
character.
horde, is there? Like get 10 feet within them, or is there not space?
You might provoke an attack of opportunity, but I mean, you can push up right next to them. I mean, I'm just looking at what I see. You see what I see.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, you probably. I don't know. If I understand. If I think you might be able to get right there. Yeah.
And then if I hop in here, I'm still in. Well, I mean, I don't know if I can force my way in, but I'd still be in melee.
Yeah, I mean, you'd probably be like right there, right on the
Okay.
between the two.
That's
without getting an attack of opportunity. Two attacks of opportunity. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Seem fair.
So I am going to. I just undid my flare mace for the first time in months.
Yes, I've never seen you do that. That's why I was asking.
I used it like in 1 or 2 fights, maybe. This isn't how I expected to use it, but okay. And I'm going to
What's
use.
your line?
What?
It's a thing.
Yes. What?
Isn't that your line? It's a thing.
It's a thing. Oh. I mean, I guess it's a thing.
Yes, it's a thing. It's a thing.
So, I'm going to, raising the flare mace high above my head, I will shout dramatically, Bailiore! And if I apparently have to roll for it, I guess. So
Roll the shout.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's on a natural roll of 16 or higher, which that is a 16, thankfully. Blinding light shoots forth from the mace head in all directions, a d20's worth, so 13 plus, so 23 feet. No, 23 times the wielder's level in feet. In addition, but that's only light, that's not damaging.
Oh, okay.
So in addition, humanoid opponents within 10 plus the wielder's level in feet, which would be 17, so anything within 17 feet,
Okay.
takes... Oh, D12, that's weird. 5 plus 7,
Most
so
underrated
takes
of the
12 points of radiant damage.
Oof.
It says they may
No
save with... They can use Dex, Intelligence, or Wisdom at...
We're zombies.
Oh,
Oh, we get good dex.
DC 110.
No way.
That is what it actually says, but that's not what I know what it means. It's 10 plus 1/2 my level rounded up.
Okay.
So DC 14.
So 1, 2. I'm gonna say that guy. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You buy that?
Yep.
Sure. Escape.
I didn't even
Okay.
say. But
And what's their save?
DC 14, Dex, Intelligence, or Wisdom.
So
Whichever is
DC
better.
14.
Yep.
So 14's font 1, 6, no way. 18, yes. And no. 3 saves. So 3 go. So 3 remain standing. I'll take. We'll say this guy goes down. This guy goes down. You want the ones closest to you, or the ones furthest?
Presumably the ones
5
closest
total.
to me would be the ones
Okay,
taking the
so
brunt of the
3,
force.
4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm trying to think about this zombie attack
5.
logically.
Yes, I understand.
You
6.
said 8
And
total, so
shooting
5
magic
is.
thing.
Okay, so 5. That should be it. Okay, so 5. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Okay.
So
That's pretty impressive.
everybody that succeeded still takes 6 points of damage.
Oh, boom.
So you die anyway.
Boom, boom.
Right.
You see Jumnus go. Blinding light goes out.
I don't know what my mace. Why don't I use this one? And that's
Because it's not cool.
I mean, the chances of success are very slim. And I can only use it once per day, and still shooting.
Well, that was pretty devastating. You just took out 8 zombies.
I mean, my class features are way more
sucks.
devastating, but that's literally the only thing I
But
have
it
left.
sucks.
So now I'm 100% out of resources.
Okay. Anything else?
I will use my bonus action to pop leeches out of my.
Disengage, run away.
No, I'm not going to do that.
He's not engaged.
I'm not running.
He's not
Like some
engaged,
kind
so
of
he can run
coward.
away.
I'll pop two small leeches out of the vials in my hand for my bonus. and
Okay,
that's it.
got it. Understood. Borinth, you're up, followed by Kip, party allies, and then Mattias. You're up after them. Okay, Borinth. Just keep shouting.
How much I can do?
Why is that?
Go get
So
him,
far-
rock
I'm
boy.
Too far away. Far away.
Go get him, rock boy.
I'm just gonna come forward.
You ever touched him? He's like a boulder.
Oh, I'm saying the Gundrick over there is literally turning into a rock.
And then hold your action.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hold my action.
Okay.
That's not a joke. That's
Yeah.
actually
He touched that crystal.
Good
Oh,
dash
no.
up
So
there.
don't do that.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
I'll
no.
I'll just.
Yeah, but then you wouldn't get it.
I don't
Yeah, I
know.
know.
If
but-
they attack you,
Yeah.
then
It's also surrounded by
I mean,
dead
it's a
bodies.
gamble. But.
Right.
Hold
Yeah.
on.
No. I'm
Okay,
gonna hold it there.
so Borinth, that's Borinth. Kip, you're up,
I don't
followed by.
But I'm gonna
the
yell. I want to yell up to Jamis. Jamis, fall back. Fall back.
Alright, and I will fire ahead.
I will take that into consideration.
That's a 15
Please file that
to
in
hit.
triplicate. I will
15
get back to you in
hits.
1 to 3 business days.
Hits. And then where's my
Pull the camera back just a little bit so it gets all.
Oh, I was
Yep,
doing
no,
it for
you're good.
Mattias.
You're good. Yep.
Yeah?
Okay, cool.
So they can really get a scope of how many people are dying right now.
So 9 points of damage on the first one.
Which one?
This little half guy there.
Whoosh, he goes down.
Alright. Oh, that's 12. That's 12 hit.
12 hits.
Excellent.
Zombies suck. Just bags of flesh.
They get contact.
So 12 points of damage. Let's go with that guy right there.
Ah!
Alright, and we'll just move the wolf up out there. That's it.
Boof.
Okay, that's Kip. Party allies. These folks, they turn. They see that you're succeeding. Like But some of them go this way. Some go this way. And then he goes like,
work.
Yes, these guys, they make their way down to the coastline. They're starting to load her in the boat, following your guidance.
Is that Napoleon with wings?
Napoleon. No, it is not Napoleon.
I will water walk back to
That is it for the allies. Okay, Mattias, you are up. You are.
Okay, from what I can see, there's a couple of them right near me.
Yes, there are. You can close on one if you want.
That's what me and
I will.
And there's
Okay,
just this massive
you
amount
do.
of light coming off of you.
Okay, and then I
Blow the whole
have.
ship up.
I can search.
Give me a long rest and I can destroy.
I have 3 attacks to make.
Okay, you drop your bow, you pull out your sword, and you're swinging it. And you can always go back and pick up your bow.
Can I use a bonus action to just? No wait, never mind. Switch
No,
it up.
you can go back and pick it up. No big deal. Whoosh, whoosh.
First attack, 14. Not 14. 16, 19.
You hit.
And then that is Bethel, so that's plus.
Your strength
plus-
bonus kills it. Whoosh. What are you doing?
Okay.
You get
Attacking a second one.
okay. You got one more in front of you.
That is a
Yeah, I honestly
16.
think mine does.
It hits. Your strength bonus takes it
Yeah, I
down.
honestly
Oof.
think mine does.
Good.
Plus 9.
I have one more attack.
You have 3 attacks.
My
Holy
strength.
crap.
I have an
I'm
extra
pretty sure it
action
just
for
kills me
actions.
just
Okay, go for it. You got one more in front of you.
Okay, and that is a 12.
12 hits. Goes down. Okay. Anything else?
Nope, that'll be it.
Okay, that was Mattias Louvier.
Two left.
Do it.
Well,
Just do what you're gonna do.
We can see 2 left, I think.
huh? That damage you did was radiant?
That one
Every bit of it.
and that one, right? Okay, let's try and get a better 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I will fire with my short bow. That's 18.
18 hits.
Can I make it there?
6. That's 7 damage.
7 damage on this one right here.
Correct.
Whoosh, it goes down. Anything else?
No.
Balder, you are up, followed by the bad guys.
Can I say something to Balder while I'm like right next to him? Is that
Sure.
allowed right now?
Sure.
Balder, you think our ride's gonna be leaving without us?
No, they promise they take us. They will take us.
How many eyes can you get?
We just gotta hold these guys off so that we can safely escape.
And his eyeball.
Let's see. What to do? What to do? There's everyone's dead.
There's a couple
They
more.
were dead before they were dead. Anyway.
And
Can I make it to any of them? How far
There's
away am I? 10, 15, 20, 25,
How far can
30,
you
30.
Eldritch Blast? You can Eldritch Blast pretty far.
Yeah, I can just do that again. Alright, I'll Eldritch Blast. Plenty to hit on both.
Okay.
And then. Or whatever's
I
still
only
up.
see one standing.
Alright, let's attack him.
Okay.
He gets 7 damage.
He goes down. Anything else?
Can you? I don't know. I guess. Can you hold a bonus action?
I don't think so.
So yeah, we're good then.
Okay, opponents. The only chance they have is if any of the non-radiant ones can come up and if I remember. Okay, so 3, 2 near Mattias, get up. Probably a futile endeavor. It's like beating your head against the cast iron case. And one gets up. It's probably not that one, but gets up and against Shalom. He goes ahead and he attacks Shalom. What's your Shalom?
It's 15.
15. Welcome back to the world, he says, as you see these claw, and then he tries to bite into you as well. The two claws miss badly, and then the teeth sink into you, and you take 13 points of damage.
Criminy.
Okay, on Mattias, you've got 2 on you.
Back of the head.
Chop his head off.
3 misses.
Gotta save him.
And 1 hit. Mattias, you feel this one claw futilely come into you. I'm sorry?
My ridiculous armor class saves me again.
Yeah, well, you saved you against 5 hits. You take 5 points of damage. Saves you against 5 out of 6. Okay, and that is the bad guy. Shalom, you're up. Gymnast, you're on deck, followed by
I'm
Boris,
gonna
Kip,
attack.
party allies.
The zombie's right on top of me.
Yes,
I'm
you
gonna-
see him right in front of you.
I'm gonna stab him with my short sword.
What if they get to you?
So, 12.
12. He goes down.
6 of them are on.
He was already weakened when he came back up again.
Okay.
Okay.
Just to be sure of my bonus action, I just cut his head.
You rip his head, it flops off the dead carcass that it is. It amazingly bled out fairly quickly.
Okay.
Uh,
Can I run towards the village?
if you haven't used any movement, sure.
We can't see any more zombies.
There's like a ridge line right here. You can climb up onto the ridge line. Okay?
I'm gonna
You
climb
go up to the ridge line and you see chaos in the city. There's like a few people running around. You watch and you see zombies swarm on somebody, and for about 3 rounds they eat on it, and then it gets back up again, and it starts moving off as a zombie as well.
Okay.
What is going on up there?
The zombies are attacking the village. We gotta help them.
I would recommend against that.
Yeah, that's gonna happen. I'll be right there.
Do I have
Okay,
any knowledge
so-
of
Well, let's
zombies?
before we'll get back to you.
Okay.
Okay, that's Shalom. Jumnus, you're up. Borinth, you're on deck. Followed by Kip, Party Allies, Mattias, Lugi.
I'm gonna do Sacred Flame on one of the zombies in front of Mattias.
It fries for the sake of expediency.
Sure. And then,
Unless you feel cheated.
no, that's absolutely fine. And then I'll
It had 1 hit.
follow up Shalom and check the.
You go around burning these carcasses.
Oh, yeah, I'll definitely do that, sure.
And they, to make sure that they still writhe and then they stop.
Oh, great.
And as a cleric, you actually feel as though you're doing something that they would probably appreciate in a very weird,
I mean,
twisted
yeah,
kind of
being
way.
undead doesn't seem super fun. So.
Well, I mean, they probably didn't want to be undead.
Yeah, most people do.
Okay, I mean, if you're given a choice between regular death or being undead, you would probably choose being regular death. But, okay, that was anything else? Borinth, you're up.
Alright, I'm gonna run up behind John
Do you have
this
a
here.
trumpet? Do you have a trumpet?
Right behind Jonas. And I'm gonna just put my arm around him and grab him around from behind and grab him and be like, we have to get out of here. This place is a lost cause. We have to go. I'm gonna start to drag him back towards
We have to help.
the shore.
While that's going on, Kip,
I'm
you're
gonna use
up.
my I want to use like movement and
Roll.
dash to like
Ooh,
pull him
look at
back
this.
as much as possible.
Roll athletics. Roll acrobatics or athletics, right? Did I get it right?
Yes, that is correct.
What am I doing? Athletics?
Yes.
You are doing
19 plus 8.
Ouch!
I rolled a 21, so that you win.
So Borinth
Anyway.
wraps his arm around you and is dragging you. Yes, Mattias, go ahead.
So if I dash, how far can I drag him back?
30 feet. You get half movement dragging.
Yeah.
Do these things count towards the special mechanic that Bethel has?
You'll have to refresh my memory.
I think
as
it's
to what
only
it is.
you absorb souls, and I don't know if they
Oh,
have
as,
souls.
in terms of souls, no. But I think we talked about briefly adjusting that mechanic. But if it comes into play, we'll worry about it because I think it was kind of underpowered actually. But whatever.
And I still want to call. I want to call out to Balder. I mean, everyone like. I'm
No,
trying
these
to,
are not souls. They're dead already.
Movement when you turn someone.
I'm dashing too, and I also moved 40. So, and I only moved 10.
You would get
15
20.
feet, yeah, that's what I did. I moved. I just moved 20.
Yeah, you only
You,
use
can,
action.
you use your
Yeah.
action. You use your action to grab him. So you
Yeah,
can dash.
yeah. No, you did it right. You're good.
Okay,
fine.
so that's
It's
boring.
fine.
Kip, you're up.
Well, hey, I
There's
wanna-
still the one up that's by Manius. Is that
Make
still
sure it
up
goes
or
quick.
for
I
me?
wanted
Yes.
to
Go
yell
ahead.
for- I wanted to yell for Balder and everybody to start falling back.
We are.
Okay.
all right.
You're yelling. Oh, my!
Yeah.
My intention was only to just hold the line,
Yeah.
not actually go over there.
So I'm just gonna fire away at the one that's still standing there.
Okay.
So 16.
You hit. Yeah, you hit.
Okay.
Yeah, you-
11.
Yep.
Yep.
Whoosh, whoosh.
All right, and I too will yell. We need to get out of here.
Okay.
And if everyone's yelling, go back to the ship. I'll meet you there.
What?
Were you resisting? Is that what it was?
Sure. Yes.
You yell. Huzzah!
Orinth knows John this well enough that he knows that he's going to keep fighting such things.
Yeah, I just
That's why I'm doing. That's why Borinth is doing what he's doing.
Well, Kip would look
dragging
to
him out of there.
Jumnus to see what he was doing, but I think in this scenario, he's like, we need to live to fight another day on this.
Okay.
To live another day.
The carcasses are littering the ground. They are clearly freshly
Not for my
undead.
character.
They're still
My
bleeding
character would rather
from
be
where
down
they were
there.
torn apart. And what are you guys doing?
So everyone's retreating to the ship.
The champions
Okay.
of the sun have been, albeit minus Gundrick, reunited.
Oh no, Gundrick's not getting on the boat.
I said minus.
He's not getting on the
I
boat.
said we're chaining him to the rocks during low tide.
You turn and you do not see him anywhere in all of
Just
this
pushed him into
chaos.
the
He's-
crowd of
So
zombies
we are
and then-
making our way
There's
back
no
to the ship.
way. There's no
That's
way
what
for
we
us.
seem to be doing,
There's
is
no one
retreating
else
back.
running away from the village.
Do I notice the giant gem on the mound?
The village is lost.
Oh no.
I'm cautiously going to say yes.
So we are leaving, right? See, is anybody who belongs to that? Looks like a bunch of people fought over it and killed each other.
It's cursed. Leave
It's
it.
cursed.
Leave it.
If you say so. I.
Goes against everything that you're. You rolled it, man. You gotta go by it.
We just don't know what
So
side
it's
of
like
that
a
was
coin
on.
flip. It's like you know in your heart what you really want when it's in the air.
Can you put the Gundrick strip back?
So I'm gonna like kind of like as we're
I'm
running,
joking.
like kind of like look more at it and be like, so what's so cursed about it? What's
Throw
so
him at the
cursed
next
about
round of
it?
the zombies.
I'm guessing the zombies.
I'm yelling to the party. Why is it cursed? As we're like running back, I'm kind of like making my way more closer to it. Is anybody gonna answer?
I don't think
right now I'm going, no. Orinth, we have to save them.
I
And
think
I'm
he'd be the best
struggling.
person to answer. I don't think I really understand what happened to Gunner.
Yeah,
They're all gone. I'm fighting with Jomnus right now. I'm just dragging him out of there. Not fighting him, but
Where
I'm
did those
dragging him
zombies
back.
came from?
Who are you asking?
Keep
Just generically.
Fine.
no Balder, who's right next to me.
So what's going on with the ship and,
From
the,
over
and,
this
the,
hill.
and the launch and everything?
They are just.
over
They were taking her out there. It
Okay.
takes about 5 minutes for the small launch to bob its way out to the boat.
Okay.
There are several
So
people
many
up
more.
on top of the ship. One of them is a clearly a huge fighter. You would recognize him, kind of very huge, beefy guy. He's got pauldrons on his shoulders with large spikes on it. Another individual is
lift your
this
arm.
short,
like
really
he's compensating.
grotesque-looking individual with the largest nose you've ever seen in your life. It's just so bizarre looking. The last individual is dressed that you see on the ship that they're handing Oda up to The last individual is wearing a kind of a canvas outfit that extends all the way up to a pointed hat and has goggles on their face.
What color is this pointed hat? Canvas.
Like a beige.
All right, not
It is
white.
not white.
Okay, I'm just making sure. We have Nazis. I want to make sure
we don't have Nazis.
We totally do.
For the record, we do not have Nazis.
It's Nazis.
Okay. When I see everyone retreating,
Are they sending more boats? Is my question.
There are no more boats to send. You see one boat.
Are they sending the other boat back?
As soon as they put her up, they seem to turn and be coming back.
Okay.
Well, actually, 2 of the individuals get out, and the boat starts coming back.
Okay. I will stop resisting reluctantly. I'll tell you not to. Don't touch the rock. That's what caused all of this. Don't touch the rock.
when I see everyone retreating, Tom, I'm gonna
It's cursed.
kneel
What
down
happened?
and
It's
do a
just sitting
quick
here.
prayer.
Yeah, it's magical and evil. Don't touch it.
I'm gonna
You
do a
sure?
quick prayer for the
Okay.
souls of the villagers.
You want to roll an insight
Sounds
check?
good.
Well, I guess while he's doing a quick prayer, that's a perfect moment to
so,
step
like,
past him and start plucking eyeballs.
How big is the gem? Is it like a
With my
boulder?
golden
Is
eyeball
it like
spoon.
half my size? Is it like
It is what you see.
okay?
If you were standing right there.
Dust to dust.
So, did you just like touch it
Whatever
with
you
your
do with the
hand?
eyes,
Gundrick touched
doesn't
it.
matter.
Gundrick touched it with his hand.
Yeah, and
Just-
Gundrick isn't here anymore. Don't touch it. It's a portal to somewhere dark and evil.
The 4 individuals who surprisingly survived the battle, much to the DM's surprise as well, approach you.
Yeah, they probably know.
Have you tried hitting it with something?
Don't touch the crystal. It is very bad. The one individual you recognize that you were speaking to.
Oh, he's there.
Yes, he survived.
Oh, he's the guy who wanted us to jump off a cliff.
Yep.
Well, I mean, you can see why, right? If he overheard you.
I mean, I don't know that he told us to jump off a cliff.
Oh, this is true.
So I'm going to ask him why all those men were in that shed or the building, I guess.
Well, we hid when we saw those apparitions come over the cliff.
Did one of the apparitions go in there?
I mean, I didn't see it.
Were those people alive before they went in there?
Yes. Oh, very much so.
Yes. Okay.
No, you didn't think we killed them.
You kill people who get near the stone. I don't
Yes.
know.
Well, that's to prevent them from getting near the stone. It's not to turn them into whatever those are.
And
Just
none of
the
the
sign that
bodies
says, "Do
around
not
it.
touch."
They're all the bodies that were around the rock before. They're still there, perfectly fine.
Yeah, but they're not perfectly.
Well, I mean,
fine.
they're dead. Yeah,
but they're like decaying, just
Yeah.
naturally
Right.
decaying.
Okay.
They're not like
But
zombified.
but they're still there in the same condition we found them.
They did not move.
Okay.
He says, no, we stop people from going to the stone. This is what we do. We have always done.
Your village is overrun. Where will you go?
I don't know. It just happened.
Well, what will you do now?
He looks to the other 3.
Is there
Hey,
like?
hey, kid, how about they just stay here and do their duty and continue to fight these
I
things
don't
while we
know.
get out of here?
I don't know.
Because we caused this.
This just happened.
This is their duty. Let's get out of here.
It's
Then
your,
what is our
fault.
duty?
I mean, yeah, we caused this problem.
This is, I mean, this is another evil that we unleashed in this world. We left the bay alive, and now this.
Yeah.
Unleashed and vanquished.
There are more.
We didn't vanquish anything.
Match
This
is
was
met.
this
They're
was
gonna keep
created
coming.
by 1 or 2 of those specters, and at least 3 of them got away.
Shalom, you're up on the hill?
Best
Yes.
not to worry about it.
Off in the
And
distance, you
what
see
happened
2
to you?
holes in the ground.
Honestly, I don't know.
You do it.
What's this?
It's just what Shalom sees,
Trying.
albeit not that angle.
All right. I'm gonna walk around and just pluck all their eyeballs out.
You have a pretty good idea that they're already dead. They're not quote.
You said
fresh.
Aren't they still coming?
You
Aren't
said fresh.
the other?
They don't look fresh.
No.
I'm not trying to deny you your jump change.
But they're-
I'll pull one out and realize,
it's just garbage. Drools.
You realize that if they had been alive, it would probably would have been worthwhile. But
The zombies aren't. They're not continuing to come up. I thought there was more coming.
they're not coming up the hill.
Right. Oh, okay.
Well, Shalom's up there. Do you shout up to him?
The zombies are overtaking the village. The village.
And one of them hears your voice.
And we've all burned and/or destroyed.
Yeah.
Surely.
I gave him last rites.
We need to go, but we need to think about what we did and what we can do to fix this.
Does it look like there's a lot of zombies?
You see them scattering. They seem to be running off in various directions.
Maybe we should make sure that there aren't any in these houses.
Where's the closest? Yes, the guys. Where is the closest village?
The closest village to here?
Yes.
Well, the problem. I mean, there's a couple villages close by. He points to. He points to just offshore. So there is it's not really a village, but it's a fortress.
Mm-hmm.
It's called in common language. How do you say girl's fortress? Like to protect her virtue. Yes.
Okay.
And then there is, but nobody ever returns from there. So, and then another village is northwest of here, but it is very far. No one gets within a certain distance of here.
Okay.
If you see, there are no roads approaching. There are no trails.
You should warn the people in the fortress.
In that fortress, I'm not going to warn them. No one returns from that fortress.
Okay, you should warn someone.
No one goes in and no one comes out, so nobody comes out of there. No.
So is
So
the
they
boat,
should be fine then.
Is the boat back? The little.
The little boat bobs
Don't
its
know
way
how long
back.
they're gonna last.
Brindle is rowing it back up. He's getting a little bit exhausted. He pulls it. Hey, somebody throw me a rope, please.
Throw him a rope.
Thank you.
It's a nice silk rope.
Okay. We need to go.
Yep. I'll head to the boat.
And then how many people can fit on the boat?
You could probably get 5 uncomfortably.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
It's probably going to take at least 2 trips.
Okay. Oh, we have 8.
If you're,
In fact, we have 9 of us. So
Yeah,
If
we
you
make 2
count the
trips.
villagers. Are we taking the
I'm not taking the
I'm not
villagers.
taking the villagers. Where are we gonna take them? All right, so we'll make 2 trips on the boat.
okay. So, Brindle starts. You could easily jump in there if you
I'll
wanted
help him
to.
out. Yeah,
I'll take
go,
the second.
I'll
take
go
the
to
second
the.
boat.
And he'll even hand it off, the boat off to you if you.
Yeah, I mean, I'll row it back and let him
Okay.
back on the
Okay.
ship.
And
I'll take the crew.
you're up
I'm
on the
gonna-
hill. You watch it, and the zombies seem to scatter off into the distance. Those that you did see,
I'm gonna give.
and you
the-
did see that. You notice there's 2 huge sinkholes off in the distance.
Yes, I'm gonna. First, I'm gonna go to the village guy. I'm gonna ask him what are those 2 holes. Do they have any connections to the stone?
Well, There is a rumor. We have never successfully looked at it, but there is a rumor that one of them, I don't know which one, is connected, perhaps underground, to the stone. How do you call it? One of them is called Jehannam. Do you want the spelling? Cehennem, Jehannam. And the other is called Kennet, or Cennet, otherwise known as Heaven and Hell.
Very heartwarming.
Yes. At the bottom of heaven, if you will, is the remains of a monastery. Supposedly it is 900 years old.
And what might be at the bottom of the other?
It is so dark we cannot see the bottom.
How do you know there's a monastery?
At the bottom of the one,
Yes.
it is not as deep. It is only 250 feet deep-ish.
Wow, of course.
The other one is much deeper.
Peculiar. And they have been there for as long as you've been alive.
Yes, they've been there forever.
Well then, I don't suppose you plan on investigating, or else you're going to get
Well,
about
I
this,
don't know who in my village survived besides us.
We should definitely
Not.
check if there are any survivors.
You want to check if there are survivors?
Yes, the zombies are dispersing now.
Yeah, but dispersing is a choice word. I would say chasing, probably. Searching, more likely.
While I'm in the rowboat with Jonas as he's rowing us back, I'm going to say to him, we need to rest, and we need to get this head back to Constantinople. All this other stuff can fall in place later, but we need some time to regroup a little, because we can't keep doing this over and over.
I agree with that. I think once we get everyone safely on the ship, where we should be safe.
Right.
We talk.
Right.
We lay everything out, and we sort everything out there.
Some of those zombies were guards, right? From earlier?
Yes.
So
From
they-
the village, yes.
Right. So
They're clearly all villagers
kinda
turned
like
to zombies.
mill around the bodies and stealth, I suppose. See if I can find anything on their bodies without being noticed.
Sure. No, roll stealth. Sure.
That's 13 for stealth.
Okay.
Or would you rather make that sleight of hand because it can be better?
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. You find a locket on one. You find a small bottle on another. On another, you looks like a little cask. And the last one, you find a small cloth. Looks like a miniature tapestry. Okay. What are the rest of you doing? Good RP.
Converted pencil.
I figured I'd be on the boat.
Okay, you're heading toward the
Okay.
boat.
I'm gonna tell my companions they want to leave, but I'm gonna give you some silver to help you on your travel.
Because you're going to spend it.
We'll be back.
Not even giving them gold.
I apologize, Tom,
Cheapskate.
but you said I found a locket, a
I have
small cloth, and
200
what?
silver coins.
I know, I'm just messing. I'm just messing. I'm
I
not
give you
trying
like
to-
Yes.
20 silver
Small
coins.
locket. a miniature, almost looks like a mouse pad tapestry. What looks like a vial and a miniature cask.
We're going to space.
And I'll tell him when possible, when it's possible, I'll come back to help you.
Yeah.
I'll gladly give you a
One of them
loan.
is mine.
You won't be back,
Or was mine?
but I appreciate your
I
saying
got like an
that.
accountant. I write out loans to people.
I'll surely try.
I have to collect monthly. That's what
And I'm sorry for.
Lassie starts
Whatever
saying.
happened.
Collecting gold.
God be with you.
We saw one individual, or one of our village saw one individual touch the crystal. What happened to that person who touched it?
One of our companions touched.
Yes.
I'll find out. I'm pretty sure I know who you're talking about, but
Okay.
bad things are gonna happen. Right.
I think good things are
We'll take care of this.
What'd you say?
Yeah, no.
You're making me laugh. I just
That's fine.
Bad things already did
So
happen.
then I'm
but
gonna
it's
drop you
just
guys
meant
off
for
the
sense.
ship.
More bad things are gonna happen.
for your
Well,
toes.
no, we had to take this
Oh.
Thank
you.
Oh, Mattias and
Okay.
But the first time I had to go was
You guys all row out to the boat? Yes? No?
Yep.
Okay, so you're out on the boat itself. You're actually on. You get to the boat.
I do. But I don't. Well, I don't know about the monastery. I was rowing. I was just rowing the boat.
You guys don't know anything about the holes.
No, we don't.
Well, you are on the boat. It's not going anywhere just yet. I mean, it's gonna take.
Okay,
It's gonna.
guys.
They can't just like turn the wheel. And go.
I want to before. Well, I know on the way there we talked about getting everybody together and talking. Before that, I do want to find Svindel, Brindleweig.
Grindelwald?
What?
Grindelwald.
Grindelwald. Svindelwald. I want to find him real quick.
He's easy to find. There's only 6 people on this boat besides you.
Okay.
Besides you guys.
And was I to understand that he was the captain? Did I?
He didn't say that.
I mean, he's got the hat. I just assumed because of the hat. He's the captain.
Probably a good.
That's
He
like
seems
sailor
to be.
shorthand. for
Although
captain.
he seems to defer to Zubax at times,
Okay.
he seems to be loosely in charge of this motley bunch. Very loosely. It's not like a defined relationship, if you will.
Right. Okay. So, Brindle.
Yes.
You saw what happened.
Well, I saw what came over that ridge line.
Yes, that's what I'm referring to. Something evil was just unleashed. I don't know. Right now, the boat is the safest place for us to be, and I think we need to have a discussion, the party, and maybe you as well, as to what to do and whether we deal with this problem or we move on. But there's something out there now that may have to be dealt with. What are the plans for your ship, is what I'm asking.
He turns and looks back toward the cabin where Odo was taken. I mean, this is a terrible tragedy. We weren't given a timeline to have her back by sunset, or she turns into a pumpkin or anything like that. So if it's tomorrow or the next day, I'm not sure that it matters. If there's something, I mean, we can't. Somebody had mentioned France. I can't see us going off to France. But if there's something you need to do, I'm not adverse to waiting. I don't think it would be appropriate to wait indefinitely.
I agree.
But
Okay. So we have leeway, is what you're saying.
Yeah, to the best of my knowledge, I mean, Edeltine, again, we only accepted this out of generosity because we thought you might be someone else. And I'm getting the impression, although Zubax disagrees, that you're not what we were looking for. And that's not a slight upon you, but it's just
Not taking
reality.
this Okay. Thank you. If we could discuss and then
Have free reign. Well, what there is, it's not a very big ship, but
thank you. There is a place we could talk and speak in private.
Sure. There's a very small, cramped cabin in the front, and there's a room upstairs. If you need it.
Sure. Okay. So I'm gonna try to gather the party all together in one space.
Are we all on the ship now?
I think everybody's in the boat. Yeah.
Unless you don't want to be, you are. Medius, are you on the ship?
Yes.
So everybody's in the
Let's
boat.
all gather on the deck. It's a nice night.
Sure. Yeah. We'll gather on the deck, I suppose.
Shalom, you on the you headed to the ship?
You in the boat?
Yes.
Alright.
Yes.
You're in the boat.
Yes, I wrote about Mr. Clark, friend, my good companion.
Yeah.
My foot is in terrible pain.
Okay.
To get to you, I had to make a sacrifice of my small toe. Is there something you can do to help me?
Your small.
I could let a leech suck some blood out of it. That's about all I can do until the morning.
It doesn't sound very pleasant.
It works like 9 times out of 10.
Those are good odds.
Yeah. It's, I mean,
It'll grow back with the leech?
instead of grow back, it'll just feel better.
Oh.
You're gonna have a leech instead of a toe.
Oh yeah, we could do that. We could give you a leech instead of a toe. That would be really. It'll plump up too. It'll be like kind of like toe shaped, and then it stays there forever, and I'll reapply as needed. Every
This
time
is a
you need a
very,
new leech
very
toe.
morbid train of thought.
Yeah. Josh, we already fought a kraken. Okay. So I'll see what I can do in the morning. There's also another cleric here, Milani. She might be able to help. She seems very capable. She's in orange robes and goggles. Perhaps seek her out at some point as well.
Okay.
But for now,
The meeting.
is that
We shall meet.
right? So, getting everybody on deck. Is everybody agrees to meet?
Yeah, I'm gonna start taking a nice short rest at least while we're doing this.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. In the past 24 hours, we have unleashed 2 horrible evils upon the world. One of which was Gundrik's fault. But one of them was my fault, so to speak. I want to thank most of you for riding into battle with me. And I think I owe you all an explanation. And once I've told you my story, I think we decide where we go and what we do and what our priorities as a collective are. But the reason I did what I did, and I've never told anyone this, I take a brief look out into the sea for a second, and I readdress everybody. I used to be a sailor, a merchant sailor, in another life, years ago. We would sail around the Mediterranean, picking up goods, trading goods. It was my father, my brother, and a small crew. We had a ship called the Peddler Moon. And eventually we branched out and we would sail along the coast, the west coast of Africa, and we would trade with the people there and bring the goods back. And on one journey, one trip, we were hit by a storm. It came out of nowhere and it destroyed the ship. It tore it to pieces, and we were all thrown into the sea. And, the last thing I remember is a huge wave crashing over me in darkness. And I woke up. I woke up on a shore. And I was weak. I could hardly move. My muscles ached, and I was exhausted. And the people of the island, I found out we were on an island. The natives, the islanders, captured me. I couldn't fight back. I couldn't do anything. And they took me and they carried me, and I had no idea where I was going. And they threw me into a wooden cage. And in the cage with me was some of my crewmates, my father and my brother. And every day, these people would come in and they would take one of us. And we were at that point too weak to fight back. And every day, one of us would be taken. And my brother. The next day, my father. Until I was the last one. And they took me, they dragged me through their village, and I through dirt, mud roads, and I could smell burning meat, and they dragged me up to the top of a cliff where there was an altar. It was made of stone and adorned with bones and covered slick with blood. And hanging above the altar was a golden idol, like an amulet. And they put me down on the altar, and they took a blade to my throat, and they cut it, and I died. I felt myself, my vision turned to black, and the life fade from me, and I was somewhere else. I was in between life and death. And in this in-between place, I was approached by a woman. She called herself Sarenrae. She explained that she was a goddess, a being of great divine power. As she spoke to me, she told me that she represents light and mercy, and she offered me a second chance at life. She explained that this symbol had washed on shore on this island years ago. And the islanders worshipped it, and they offered sacrifices, but that was not her way. She told me this had been going on for far too long, and if I agreed to serve her and to enact her will upon the world, she would give me a second chance. And I agreed. And there was a great flash of light, and I woke up. I had in my hand the golden symbol that you see me wear around my neck. It was the symbol hanging above the altar. And all around me were the islanders, dead, as if burned, run through with a fiery sword or something terrible. And the amulet felt warm in my hand. I reached up at my neck, and at this point, Jonas takes off the blue cloth that he is always wearing around his neck. He takes it off, and he reveals this huge, wicked, gnarly scar, like as if somebody had cut his throat and it had healed. Definitely something that would normally be a lethal blow. And since that day, I have been trying to live out and enact the will of Sarenrae as best I can. And a few times, I've been sent visions from her. More recently, over the past couple months, I saw a man, a giant man, bulbous, sweating, bloody. I did not know who this man was, but I knew that I had to destroy him. I knew he was wicked. He was evil incarnate. Sarenrae was telling me that he had to be stopped. And when we walked into that throne room, that man stood before us. That man was Osman-Ghazi. And I was overcome. I've never seen my destiny look me so clearly in the eye. And so I attacked. And that's why we were in that battle that day. And perhaps I acted too rashly. I don't know. But that was my reasoning.
You're a good man, Jomnus. I don't doubt.
So that's why.
I don't doubt your judgment and your reasoning for a moment. I've seen you done great deeds.
Thank you.
Continue to do so.
Yes. Thank you, Born. Yes, Mattias, that is why.
So that's why everything I have worked for my entire life is why. If anyone deserved that second chance, Jomnus, it would be you. You are perhaps the finest man I have ever met. But everything. Your God speaks to you. The certainty that must give you, that is something that many of us cannot have. I am sorry. I need to think. Mattias turns, apologizes, and walks away.
Not to ruin it here, but what's it like being dead?
Oh, I'm sorry I couldn't be with you when you met that creature.
Everything happened for a reason.
Yes.
Being
yes.
dead was cold.
Maybe that wasn't
And
the
lonely.
right time. God will show you the way.
Yes. It was cold and lonely, and Sarenrae filled me with warmth. Clearly, we weren't strong enough. But we have unleashed Osman-Ghazi's wrath upon the world. I have no doubt that he was coming anyway. Before we even stepped into that room, war was inevitable. Osman-Ghazi is a glutton. Eventually, he would be unsatisfied with the blood of his own people and his prisoners, and he would spread like a plague across the entire world. It was inevitable. Perhaps we jump-started it. Perhaps we accelerated the plan. But either way, we now know Osman-Ghazi exists. We know what he is capable of. We have seen him and his wickedness with our own eyes. And I think now, I thought before the events that occurred after, that was the most wicked. Clearly, we need to tackle this, and we've been told throughout our journey that we will find answers in the Chateau de Chinon in France. I think if we decide our next plan of attack is to destroy Osmangazi. That's where we find answers, and we gain the knowledge to defeat the vampires, and then we return and we destroy him entirely.
We know he bleeds.
If he bleeds, we can kill him.
Jamas, you are one of the lucky ones. Your god saw not many people get a second chance. And I feel you made the right call. Osmangazi needs to die. We may not have been as prepared or ready as we thought we were, but all those months ago when we ran into each other, I knew that it was for a reason, and now I'm certain, because we will regain our forces, we will strengthen, and we will destroy these vampires, along with Osmangazi.
I absolutely believe that.
So our next major port, or the closest major port, would be Constantinople right now. We could head there, finish up some other tasks that we have to complete, and then we can move out from there. We can resupply and heal up. And
the ladies and our shadowy friend will meet us in the city.
Okay.
Our shadowy friend.
I can't remember the name of the guy. Long time ago, there was a rogue that one of the other NPCs that walked with you guys. When we went to
Argon?
Idle team?
Are you talking Argon?
I think so.
Argon?
Yes.
But he was supposed to be going to Constantinople with
The boy,
his own
yes.
son.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that I'm aware. So
We have a
Charlie.
head first of all, we have a head to deliver,
and Charlie,
right?
they will all meet us there.
yes, while we're in Constantinople, we did agree that we would meet Theodore Medicus. We would deliver Bizan's head, and we would inform him that Bizan's is working with the Raffle, who is in league with Osmangazi as well.
Mm-hmm.
Working with who?
The Raffle?
Okay.
That's what the Bizan's letter said.
However you pronounce it. Yeah.
The Raffle?
How you pronounce it. Okay. I just wanted to make sure we're talking about the same thing. That's all.
The Ratode. He's just going to keep changing it. So we inform him of that.
Which could help us in our battle with Osmangazi.
Yes. I don't know. I don't know what our next step after Constantinople would be. I don't know what would happen if we go back to Buddha. I don't know if we will be imprisoned as war criminals.
Well, I believe we have to head to France.
Would we know geography? Is Buddha in the what's in between Constantinople and
I
France?
mean, Buddha's not. I mean, you would have a basic as a sailor.
Okay.
You would have a general idea of the coastline,
Right.
and you know that you'd have to go up the Adriatic
Okay.
toward past Serbia, Dalmatia, what have you, to get to Hungary,
Right.
versus going around Italy to get to to France. I mean,
Oh, so it's pretty much like a one or the other. It's not like a
well, at a certain point, it would
They're in two opposite
it would
directions.
become one
right,
or the other.
but it's not like from Constantinople. It's not like we hit up one on the way to the other.
One is certainly closer. Buda is certainly closer than
Right.
France. I mean, you could, in theory, go to one and then overland to the other, or it would probably be somewhat inconvenient to go back via water to the other, but
Okay,
Now, what about
it's possible. But
what
you
you
would,
unleashed here?
that is another question.
Yes.
The villagers believe that it's one of your fault. One of you guys' fault.
Gundrick touched the stone. When Gundrick touched the stone, his arm turned to stone, it seemed, and it's like
But
the
Matthias returns as they're talking.
it's like this affliction, this stone skin crawled up his arm. It was taking his body over. And at the same instant, spirits exited the crystal. We fought several of them, but many of them escaped. They did that to Balder. And clearly they created an army of the undead.
Well,
So that's a pretty big problem.
from the top of the hill, I could see two holes that the village leader says I call heaven and hell. At the bottom of one of them, there's a monastery, a really old monastery. And he seems to believe that one of the two is connected to the stone.
You can't go digging into every
Maybe we can.
hole with some crackpot. Tells us there's a monastery down the bottom. We can't.
You should
can't-
stop unleashing evil spirits on Earth.
I mean, I didn't want to. Well, this
We
is the
didn't want
third terrible evil that we have unleashed upon the world.
And chances are we're going to go down that hole and we're going to unleash more evil on the world.
I mean, with our
I am
track record.
unfortunately
that's-
inclined to agree, considering what we encountered last time we went down a large hole.
We can't keep tackling every obstacle that comes our way in this fashion.
We honestly,
There
we
was
might
no
cause them, but
obstacle until
There's a
One
rowboat
of
right there
you
for you then, Shalom. And you
unleash
can
it
go
then.
join Gundrick and go down in that hole and find your temple.
the
But
problem.
we
fair enough.
we cannot keep
I'll investigate the
doing
holes. Whoever wants to come with me is welcome to come.
very well.
Listen,
Because unleashing evil doesn't look like a good thing.
That's not
What
what
you want to do.
I mean,
No, it isn't.
done it 3 times. It's not.
I posed the question of what is the difference between vampires being unleashed on the world and undead being unleashed in the world. Is it not the same? You speak of a
One
plague,
is intelligent, the other is mindless and
Yes.
acts like an
Well,
animal.
but you speak
Yeah.
of plagues overtaking the world, and I fear that these are both of a similar mind.
Yes.
How do we choose
Should
which
we
one is more?
The least we should
choose
do
to educate ourselves on the situation first.
The
We
least
can't
we
just keep
should
rushing
do-
in.
Agreed.
is check the monastery so we can learn whatever the stone might be.
I will suggest that we have made a promise to complete the quest of returning his head, and it has already been some time since we have departed, and because that church is in a giant hole that has been there for as long as that man said he has been alive, it will not be going anywhere.
The head is
Well,
not the only quest with
but
which we have dedicated ourselves.
we can keep the head fresh
Yeah, I've been keeping that.
for as long as
Did you say on the way to
We need-
Constantine or on the way to France?
but we can leave this
We would go through Hungary.
free in the
It
world.
sounds like we wouldn't. It sounds like
As-
every
Here-
content.
here is my
As we saw,
or two friends.
That's where I would
anything that they kill become another one of them.
Well,
If we take too long
Romania.
to get rid of this, it might be too late.
Listen, I do not know what you have planned. You suggest we go into a monastery that is at the bottom of a sinkhole. There is an unknown factor of what we will find down there. We know when we go back to deliver this head, we have things that we know we can go do, and we have a general idea of what the outcome will be.
but
You want to go down into this hole.
The question
We do not
is,
know what is down there. Perhaps-
how many zombies you think, how many creatures you think are gonna be here when we come back?
I do not know. You said they looked like they were chasing off. Why would they stay here? Why would they stay?
I have never ever considered myself a very religious man, but from all the things that have happened here and the stuff that we've done, if you feel like going down in this hole may give you some sort of answers, then maybe we can talk to them and giving us 2 nights to find out. Because, like you said, this head will last, and the quarries of man are what they are. But this could be really bad. It could be. I mean, I'm not...
Well, no matter what we do, every single day, there will be more zombies. There will be more vampires. Osman Ghazi will spread across the world. James Borsa will kill more children. More of those bug monsters are going to escape from the Deneric Mountains. Every single day, something gets worse.
So
no
then it's
matter
agreed
what.
more out
that we
there
can spend
than
2
just
days.
what you know.
Yeah,
Here's the thing.
Let's give them. Let's just
This
give
one,
'em 2
this
days.
plague just
I'll
started.
Go look. I'll go with them. Keep them safe.
I mean,
See what we find. Yeah, I mean, who knows?
It's
It
not
may
like
lead to some answers that will help us.
it's not like evil.
This
has
crystal
suddenly
seems
existed
extremely
in this
powerful.
world. I'm just saying that maybe things will level themselves out. As we're not the only other people in the world. Also, just I mean, things have been bad before. This isn't sudden news. That,
Yes,
oh
but
no, something
everywhere-
has gone wrong in the world.
Everywhere we've wound up has been for a reason. It's always led to us doing something either bad or good, but for a reason. If this crystal leads to some sort of power that we can wield or destroy, it may help us with what we want to do in the first place. I gotta say I'm with Shalom on this one. I think
Okay.
we should take a couple days to just look. Just go down there, see what we see, and come back, and then we can sail to Constantinople.
What? Okay, so you said go down to see it and come back. But what if we find something down there that we do not understand and we need more time? Would you leave it be?
Yeah, because we have other things we need to get done. If it winds up being something that we just, as a people, cannot physically achieve, then we'll have to leave it. But it's worth looking into.
We should do what we can.
We're here now, and to pretend that we're going to come back is absurd. We're not going to be back here.
I agree. I don't think we'll.
We don't even know where here is.
Yeah, we don't.
Oh, roughly.
We have a rough idea.
No one would tell me.
But either way, we're here now. I think we should take a couple days just to go look.
Alright, go ask the captain then. If that is what
Couple
you
of days, I suppose.
Brindle
won't
has
be
told
any
me.
worse, but I
we
would like to
can-
remind everyone that we do have an official commission that is quickly running out of time.
Right.
True. Is there any way that you can send word to him and kind of let him know we did what he wanted?
Well, how do we know when we get to
Made it
Buddha
worse?
we won't
Made it
be
way worse?
arrested for regicide or attempted regicide?
Also true.
I do not know, Jomnus.
At this point, I don't think we have any allies left.
Don't worry, God's with us.
surely God is with us. God let these monsters come upon the planet. Yes, God is with us.
It seems that my God is not with me.
So if you guys want to wait here, I will go with Shalom, and we'll take a look.
Brindle, the captain, has told me we have a little bit of a leeway if we need to stay here and sort out this problem. I say we rest. In the morning, we take a boat back with whoever wants to come. We investigate the monastery, and then we move on. I agree. I don't know when, if ever, we'll be back here. Our journey takes us north, great distances, and if we're here now, this is all the time we're going to have here. We should take advantage of it. Although it was not any of us, none of us wanted this. We let Gundrick live, so this is our problem. And we need to take care of it.
Should have taken the hint.
Who knows?
And once
For
again,
once, maybe we'll clean up one of our messes. But probably not.
I hope.
It's just going to create more messes. And every single time it creates more messes.
So if we see him again,
That's
can
the
we
world,
just
it's
end
messy.
him? Is that can we reach? Is that?
I tried to.
I
In fact,
believe.
I tried to be rid of him, and his curse upon him has made him more powerful.
At this point, Gundrick is beyond saving. And if he puts the party in danger again, or if he gets in the way of me or my mission, I will destroy him.
It's good to hear.
The end.
Hey,
Okay. Welcome back.
Oh, thank you.
awesome.
I mean, I'm not a professional.
Awesome.
Well, you got the scar.
I don't know if that was.
Jonathan, you just caused Matyas to have a critical crisis of faith.
Awesome, dude. That's good.
I guess that's what faith is, though, is it not?
I thought it was.
Literally, the entire time that Jonathan was telling his story, Matyas's mind was just going, "Am I not worthy? Am I not worthy?"
You just gotta have a little faith.
Tom gets a round of applause for the soundboard. It worked.
Yeah.
that was
Quite impressive.
The
And,
camera froze again.
The wig.
yeah, that was something. That was something.
That was a thing.
It was, yeah.
That was a thing. As in the immortal words of Jumnus, that's a thing. Guys, RP, awesome. Things never go the way I think they will. Reiner, here's coming at you somehow.
Wait, they still don't go the way you think they will?
No.
You showed us the hole. You didn't think we'd go there?
You create the world, you guys walk in it.
Screw stuff
Everybody have a
up.
good time?
We should fix it.
We're gonna have super secret meetings and decide on what we're gonna do. We gotta do what we decided in the
Everybody
super
have a good
secret
time?
meetings.
Yes.
Okay.
It's changed.
No.
It's changed so much. In
But
3
to be
hours,
fair,
not even.
To be fair, I mean, we're never gonna come back, so we might as well go look.
There will always be something.
And maybe in another 3 years we'll be back.
There will always.
What? Go ahead.
I have to say, the implication that we shouldn't go to Carpathia again is not making Matyas happy in the least.
Oh, I absolutely believe that, but
That you shouldn't go to Carpathia at all, or you're not going to go to Carpathia
Yes, we
now?
might be
They were
arrested.
saying that they think that they'll be arrested in Buddha.
yeah. And my mission is more important than your dumb laws. So
This is no longer the Carpathian Adventures because we're never going back.
Depends, I guess, on how long it takes them to get the message to get back, right? I mean,
Just so you know, I almost died.
Did we finish streaming? Still streaming?
yes, we are still streaming. Yes, we are still streaming. Yes, indeed.
Just chatty now.
cool.
Yes, we are indeed still streaming.
This episode was
Uh,
brought to you
so,
by
going
Space
around the
Cola.
table, virtues, faults, fates, otherwise known as traits, ideal bonds, flaws. Tell me about what you guys did in character. Let's start with Brad in character. Cool
What did
things
you do?
did.
I don't know. I don't even know if I had a moment.
What? You had an awesome.
I mean, I finally took off the scarf.
I mean, he took off his what is it, ascot.
Did you rehearse that?
No. No,
That was
I
awesome,
didn't
man.
at all. No, I mean I wrote it out like 2 years ago, and I've been sitting on it for that long. So I mean Jonas got to tell his story. His whole ideal is that he hopes to bring the world to a better tomorrow. And I guess I got to elaborate a little bit on his motivations, why he is the way he is. That whole thing, and like I said earlier, in the warm up, Jonas is starting to what's the word? How do I explain it? What?
Crack.
A little bit. Like especially with Gundrick, where I said like I will destroy him. He's starting to view himself more as a weapon of God, of divine prominence. So the gloves are coming off for him, and Mercy he took the mace out. He was going to use it on Gundrick, or at least to threaten him with it if Gundrick was around. So he's kind of changing as a result of the world and the terrible things that he has unleashed.
Ryan, Balder. Traits, ideal, bonds, flaws.
So I guess those who fight beside me are worth dying for. Also knows what's truly important and loves challenging himself. So he, after Shalom presented his argument to go investigate, he decided that that's actually probably the best plan we have right now, instead of just leaving another mess that we've created without at least attempting to see what we can do about it. So he went on his side, decided that's the best plan of action. That's where he's going to go.
Okay. Ryan, correction, I'm sorry, Mark. Kip.
I tried to defend the town and then realized that it was being overrun, so I was helping those that cannot help themselves. And then
Yes, you were.
Yeah, came back and
no doubt. I was a little worried that you were out there all by yourself.
Yeah, me too.
Just gonna stay there.
Aim for
I was
Misty
like,
Step.
oh my gosh, I'm gonna kill my first player.
And I think he was prepared for that, and because like that's his backstory is he can't do that, and then this scenario, I think he's really troubled because he's torn where there's both of these horrible plague-like things that we are a part of, and he doesn't know which one is more important than the other, because to him they're both equal. He has a desire to go towards Hungary. He's got a reason to go there, but I think he can't go there without trying to at least uncover what we can uncover here.
Okay. Reiner, Mattias. Traits.
Not much this session.
Oh. I disagree, but go ahead. I thought your RP in the ship was.
There were a couple. What I mean is not much in quantity. In terms of what they are going to have to do to his character. Well, he is still violently trying to hold on to being a good soldier, so to speak.
Okay.
I think that right now he's hearing the veiled insults and threats far more than ever before. And undying loyalty to the sovereign, of course.
Okay. Eli, Shalom. Welcome back to the party.
Okay. I don't have my list of traits and stuff here with me, but
Nothing can shake my optimistic attitude. I trust God will guide my actions. I owe my life to the knight who rescued me in Acker, and once I pick a goal, I'm obsessed with it.
Okay, so I try to play as my background as a Templar and all that. I helped the little girl just like my master helped me when I was a little boy. I firmly believe that I'm with this party because they just ruin everything. And
because why?
They ruin everything.
They ruin everything.
They have connections to a lot of evils that have to be stopped.
Opportunity for being heroes. Or not.
So I trust that God's my character. He saw the evil here and said, well, God led me here. I have to help these people. and that's it. Just keep going.
Okay.
You know.
Louvier, welcome back, Wyland. I hope you had a good time.
Yeah.
Did.
Missed ya?
Thank you.
Uh,
For personality traits and sarcasm, insults are my weapon. So
I
I mean, I did also slap him for getting me into that situation, but I did quite give him a few choice words. And for the better of the situation, I didn't insult the crazy lady. I pocketed anything that might have value. I took off those dead bodies. It's also, I never target people who can't refuse to lose. You lose a few coins. They were dead, so pretty sure they're not losing anything. And I'm convinced that no one could ever fool me. And so I had a feeling that person was asking me if I was alone for dubious reasons.
Pretty good. There's a certain amount of railroading to get people back together that has to occur, but I apologize if it came across so blatantly.
Well, the crazy lady did get you when she told you to remove the boots.
You didn't have to. You didn't have to go, but okay. Borinth?
I was not expecting her to ask for another two.
Borinth?
I saw that coming from a mile away. I knew
Because Tom is
I
one
heard
twisted
Tom
SOB.
I heard Tom say that it was only going to take one toe, and then he asked for the extra toe, and I'm like,
thought he said
I
one
see
toe
what you
each.
did there.
I thought he said one toe
No,
each.
he did. He said only one toe for the whole thing, but then he asked for the second toe, and I was like,
Oh, I could have sworn I
see
had
what
one
you're
toe
doing
That's my
there,
flaws.
Tom.
I'm convinced that no one could ever fool me the way I fool others. I was so concerned about my foot that I let that go.
Everybody have a good time?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes? For real? Did you have a good time?
yeah.
Yeah.
You worry me
So
sometimes.
Borinth, I guess what I did in character was just protecting of the party, like keeping the party together, and the way that I knew Jonas was just going to keep fighting, so I grabbed him and pull him out of there, and for the safety of the group. That's really all I did, though.
No, Borinth, you are like this tank with a focus. It just drives. It's like a tiger tank on a battlefield. It's like, that's the objective. Just move forward and shoot it. You know? Except I'm not going to shoot it. I'm going to punch it.
Yeah.
Wyland, I'm thrilled to have you back. Yeah, I love the fact that you RP with a vengeance, and nobody has to do voices. Obviously, I get over the top because I drink Kool-Aid. And it helps. But I'm thrilled to have you back. I'm thrilled that you really get into the RP. Eli, I'm thrilled that you played along. You guys didn't have to. I was like, they may not give up their toes. Then what am I going to do? Reiner, great RP as always, especially with you and Borinth. I know it can be sometimes a little bit personally challenging. It is for myself when I'm in that position, but I appreciate you bearing with it. Mark, awesome. You scared the devil out of me. I swore, I was like, and when you finally did the Misty Step and dash, I was like, yes. Ryan, very cool. I'm sorry I didn't give you any eyes to pluck out of any bodies just yet, but great RP there. You had them. I'm not trying to patronize you, Brad, but you stole the moment there with that's like a cut that and put it as a separate video clip. Awesome,
You're now the main
guys.
character of the story.
Not everybody's the main
Always, though?
character.
Wasn't
Everybody,
it always?
but
It's my responsibility.
it was really,
Thank you.
really, really good job. I mean, it sounded rehearsed. Which is not a bad thing. But I mean,
I'm just a recurring
thank you
side
for
character.
the adventure log. It gives me insight into what you're doing. 773 on experience. A big chunk of that is not the combat. A big chunk of it is the RP for everybody. Ryan, 707 on experience. Mark, again, thank you for the adventure log. 773 on experience. Mattias, thank you for the adventure log. 773 on experience. Eli, Wyland, and Brian, 707 on experience. I hope everybody had a great time.
Yeah.
Everybody gets their cookie, as Alec Baldwin says. It's kind of like Chinese food, right? Okay.
Tom, we ended at a long rest? Is that where we will pick up?
You are on a ship right now. That is entirely up to you.
Okay.
That is on it. It is at a dry anchor. If you guys choose to have a long rest, that is we'll figure that out
Okay.
when we get back together. I hope everybody had a good time. Did we make it? Does anybody know? Did we make it to 50 subscribers? Probably not. But
I will check.